So yeah, it ended the way it ends usually when you are in this firefight. He was leaning back and missing some of the punches, but then finally he got caught with one. And your guy, props to him. In the third round, he comes back. He comes with like a fire. He's pushing the pace. What did you tell him?
I slapped him, dude.
You slapped him.
I was like a quick one, like that Suyash headbutt types, like fast one types. Like no one saw it, right? like yo, what the fuck, son? Like, what, son? You did what the fuck? Like, you don't want to fight him or what? I was like, punch a hole in that motherfucker's face right now, dude. Like, that's what I said, dude. Then he was like,
that lit a fire.
Then he was like, oh, I got it now. I got it. I'm like, you better fucking get it, dude. Now, the thing is, you don't know. He broke his hand in the first round, bro.
Oh shit! That's why he was not striking.
He's plastered right now. Like he's all him and three people had to be sent to the hospital.
Was it the same hand which he threw the cross?
Yeah, the overhand right one. In the first round, he connected once, but I think he connected on top of the head somewhere. So his this two knuckles right is like fucking fractured.
Turn that shit up!
अंग्रेजीमा अभ्यास गरेछु
Episode 125 straight out of back after NWC Nepal's Warriors Championship, and today we have a couple of studs from Gurgaon, most wanted, representing Rebel MMA. We have Peeyush and Joseph.
Thank you guys. Glad to be here.
Hello everyone.
What's up, guys? Good.
I started doing jiu-jitsu and I was waiting for so long just to be featured on this podcast, bro. So glad to be here. Guff Guff Pass.
Banger name.
I can definitely say that this name is very violent for this podcast. All right.
You guys also have your own podcast.
Yes, the Magic Man Pod or the Magic Pod. I'm just super confused about the name. Like
It's Magic Pod. Yeah.
Magic Pod.
We just started it. We have like 4 episodes.
Nice. And you guys are pretty, and you talk your shit, and he does the capturing the shit.
No, he also is involved in the talking shit part some of the times, but mostly it's me and having some guests or some of my friends who just keep visiting me.
And how did you guys meet and stuff?
So, I was not doing jiu-jitsu. Like I couldn't afford a gym for a while, and I started going.
That's most of us when we start. Yeah.
Yeah. And I started going mental. This was like Jan, Feb, and I knew that I just needed this, So I was in Gurgaon and I tried to research, closest gym near my girlfriend's house. That was the main thing. I didn't even know Rebel happened to be that. So like, perfect. This is near my house, near that place. So I sent them a message saying, yo, I'll give you social media stuff. You please train me. And they accepted. And that's how I met this guy.
That's a solid trade, man.
Yeah, it is. Like, it helps both people. He wins. And then I was also looking for a guy who was into video editing and who shared like a similar mindset. Okay, we can do a podcast, and jiu-jitsu and martial art is such a good topic to discuss, to talk about on a regular basis. And there is a community which is getting built right now as we speak of MMA in India. It is becoming big by the day. So we felt like it is the right time to start something like this, because we talk about jiu-jitsu anyways throughout the day.
Yeah.
So why not just talk with someone for an hour or two?
Nice. And Rebel MMA, and we had to like compete this time at NWC.
Yes.
It was a pretty good showdown, I feel.
It was an amazing show, man. Like,
let's start just recapping that event, dude. That
please.
was like pretty sick event to recap for me, especially because I haven't had the time to sit and talk about it with anybody.
Right.
Till today. I'm not even kidding. I've literally avoided a talk about the whole event analysis, whatever. You gotta sit back, right? I was like, okay, maybe I'll do it on the podcast.
That's the best time, bro.
Yeah,
the best time to do it.
Have you got to process it a bit?
A little bit, yeah. Now my feet are back, like I'm up again. Because there was like yesterday and day before I had a downer types.
Yeah.
After all that adrenaline and this mixed emotions, this and that, I had a downer for 2 days.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why am I feeling like this? Like, I'm trying to get up and do this and that, but I understand it's because that used to happen when I used to compete. Also, it happens, win or lose. Like after you win, also you have a downer.
Yeah.
For a day or two. Then after you lose, also you have a downer.
Yeah.
So I'm not new to that feeling, but I recognize that feeling. I need to take a day just to recalibrate. Yeah. Then I just one training today, and I'm like, okay, I'm back now. So
just takes one jiu-jitsu session. And you feel refreshed.
I'm like, okay, now I'm back.
We were talking yesterday only, and the word we used to describe this event was bittersweet, which is
interesting because today I wake up, I see his post, and it started with the caption bittersweet.
Yeah.
It was bittersweet for all of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
why do you find it bittersweet though?
Sorry.
Like for me, first time, enter this industry for the first time, and then now I was in this cage there, and it was Suyash, I keep messing up his name, but love that guy, Suyash. And that match, like I was right there. It was we were losing, right? We were losing many matches. Seeing India won made me happy, and then seeing what happened next, with the coach, and like that just. And suddenly, like, the people behind me were screaming. I was the video guy, so I was even trying to capture them. And I could feel like there was family up there. Because their scream was something else. And suddenly, when I go look there, then the face is something else. So then that was a very, I didn't know how. I'm still not processing it, but...
that just showed the reality of the sport.
Yeah.
The two different end of the spectrum of MMA is so big. Like, so many ways you can lose.
Yeah.
So fast, the game is so fast. Like, it takes under 30 seconds. Like,
one punch can change the game.
And me personally, I wanted to talk about that fight and what happened, and me as a coach of Mandeep, where our mindset was. And I'm not trying to make excuses or this and that, but I feel it was a lot to do with my fault.
Like, what was the fault?
We decided that let's meet fire with fire first round. Like, normally our game plan in hindsight should have been trying to take our time a little bit, but we had seen Suyash's videos and he comes hard first round too. So we were like, let's go fire with fire, bro. And if anyone can, it's you. It's the game, dude. We're going to throw. Mandeep was throwing shit too.
Yeah.
Could have caught Suyash somewhere. And stuff. So I've watched that end of the fight 1,000 times by now. Like, what happened, and I have like my own theory and stuff, which people might disagree, but Mandeep threw a push kick. Right, the fight started. They went to the cage, clinched. Mandeep threw a leg kick, then he threw a cross and went clinched. Then Suyash turned Mandeep over to the cage. Then there was a break. Then they again got to a striking stance. Mandeep threw a push kick. Suyash caught that push kick, and with that push kick, he threw a cross. Alright, that landed flush on his nose.
Yeah.
That's what broke his nose. Then he came back, bounced off the cage, and as he came back, he threw another cross, which was second cross. And behind the cross, his forehead like landed on Suyash's jaw. So I mean, it happened so fast. Even I didn't see it then.
Yeah.
I'm like, referee fucker should be seeing. Like, I don't even know who the referee was. But
did you see
I understand that it happened so fast, right, bro? Sorry, like, it happened so fast that even I understand the referee. He must not have seen it.
He must not have seen it. Like, even in the first fight, if you saw the first fight, the guy from Primal, he was getting beaten up for the last 45 seconds of that round.
They should have just finished.
And in amateur, they should have just stopped it. But even I, as a coach, was like, bro, it's too much.
Even I was like, me as the other guys, because I was like, hey, bro, like, come on, this is too much. He started and second round immediately back to same position. That went another 30 seconds, I feel like.
He took unnecessary damage.
And I was like, Jesus, fuck, this guy is gonna kill somebody today.
What do you think about the Indian fighters and their fights, like especially Rebel team? So we had Akash first. Against one of your guys.
Okay, let's just go through the fights first.
Yes.
So first thing was, because you guys were on the corner too of Primal and stuff. So
I was cornering everyone.
Yeah. So first fight was Prabal Gurung versus Shreyans Singh.
Shreyans Singh, yeah.
Yeah. So Shreyans Singh also a dog, bro. I respect that guy a lot. He wanted to compete looking for a shot, and the shot came knocking.
Yeah.
Because like Prabal's initial guy pulled out. Just around the same time, Ravindra's guy pulled out too. And so after that, we had to. This guy's been training. Just give. So we went asked Prokar, saying, "Do you have any guy who wants to compete?" He said, "I have a guy, but at 70, and probably normally walks around 64." So like, no worries. Like he has the size, but we have the training, more or less same.
Was his opponent was Prabal more experienced? Was he?
This was the third amateur fight.
I think this guy was his debut, right?
Yeah, amateur. Yes. Yeah, but he has competed in like kickboxing, jiu-jitsu stuff, and even he's competed in strangle and stuff. So, so these guys have competed. They know and obviously, bro, you gotta take every chance you get. Like 100%. In amateur, right?
You have to try. But the problem with that match I saw was that he just froze. Like he wasn't throwing any strikes. Probably just the nerves of the first amateur fight. When you're really in a fight.
Also, Prabal is good, dude. Prabal is like entry, his understanding of position. Like I roll with him every day. I think. He's just 19-year-old worker. Like he's a hard worker. He's there. Like if you call him twice a day, if he has a thing, he's studying to be an engineer and stuff. So he has the mind for jiu-jitsu. But we are working more on the MMA part right now. That was good. Shreyas, props to him, man. Like
he was mixing it up really well. One thing which was common through all of your fighters, they were mixing up the striking with the grappling, and that's, I think, in my opinion, is the best style to train in MMA with. Because if you just make them guess and then enter a clinch and you know you're wrestling, you know how to take them down, you have an advantage in the entire match now. You're winning on points, you're beating the guy up, and you're also tiring him out at the same point. I
gotta say that, but the feedback of the fights, because all the fights were finishes.
Yeah.
Like that's what a promoter wants, all finishes. I'm like one round, banger, and people are like, what the fuck? Like Nepal people haven't seen like professional level MMA at that level, right? Rabindra, Mandeep, whatever happened, like first 1 minute or so, like. And
bro, I heard like 49,000 people were watching.
Must be, I don't know, I didn't.
That's insane if you think about it.
I think it was 63.
63. Holy shit, 63K is like...
And then the second, props to Primal MMA from Siliguri. I have a lot of respect for their team and how they're... all of us came from limited resources, like you said, right? So they are doing their journey, they're part of the hustle. You gotta hustle, right? So obviously, they're gonna grow bigger and bigger.
They'll take a lot of experience from this.
Yeah. They better fucking like that's the whole point of it. Like if they lose and not even take the experience, like even if you win or lose amateur, it doesn't matter in my opinion. It's just
see where you are terrible at and then just go back and
go back. Don't worry too much. Like the referee, I mean, like should have stopped it a little earlier. And anyway, the second fight was I think in most of my feedback and messages, I've seen like Karma's fight with Akash, right?
Yeah, Akash,
yeah. And I felt coming into, they were evenly matched.
What was the feedback? The feedback was that it was a good fight?
Yeah, it was a good fight. Like there was some resistance from both sides. That's what
it was just swinging left and right.
Left and right. Like, and Karma has been working on his boxing and his jiu-jitsu, grappling, obviously.
And how long has he been training?
Not even 2 years, bro. Nice. 1.5 years or so.
Nice.
And these guys, this whole bunch, I think they jumped into their first amateur MMA. Because amateur MMA in Nepal started last year only. They did 3 events last year. So most of these guys jumped into amateur MMA just in about roughly of like 6 months training. And so by this is most of their third fight.
Second,
third fight. So yeah, in 1.5 year, I mean, like all props to them, like super committed guys, right?
Yeah.
They're just the guys, regardless of even if they found some other decent coach, they would like do well, like. And that was a good fight. I was there in the corner because I was like, I gotta see this up close. Shit, I was like, that guy, something happened and Karma was on the bottom, trying to get up butterfly.
Akash hit him with a butterfly inside trip.
Yeah.
And he got him to the ground, but your guy immediately started using butterfly guard.
Yeah.
And it was difficult for Akash to control him, hold him down.
He's trying to get up. Then while getting up, he was trying to get up in a single leg, and he got caught in a punch. But still, he got up in a single leg, got the body lock, took him to the fence, then dragged him forward with a body lock. Then took the back with the hooks. Yeah, that was a good fight, man. That was a good fight. I was like, oh shit, because it was so loud, right?
Yes.
I could not even like.
Yeah.
Our voices were not reaching the fighters.
These guys don't give a shit.
They were like, sir, समझ नहीं आ रहा क्या बोल
In
रहे थे
Dheeraj's
आप?"
match, he literally looks back. Sir, आवाज नहीं आ रही. Right before the match.
Bro, I lost my voice in the first round, in the first match itself.
Yeah.
In the first round, I was
Yeah,
shouting because my fighter was also stuck in a bad position. I was like, guys, please try to turn turtle, and I lost my voice doing that. So most of my other fights that I was coaching, Rajiv or whoever was beside me, they were amplifying my voice.
Yeah.
I couldn't speak after that.
And especially this match, for this game, we had planned in total, right? Even in total, we were trying to just not even put our 2 hooks in. Try to just trap the hook
One
with that,
hook, yeah.
John Jones style, and
Yeah, don't let
what
them
he
just
did to
stand up.
Cyril Gunn
Yes.
types, right? Just hook that.
Kosoto hook.
Yeah, that hook, just play there from turtle.
Yeah.
If someone turtles up, don't even try to climb the back. Just stay there,
Because the
control.
best that they can do is either try to stand up or just fall to their
Yeah.
side. And if they fall to their side, now you're on top anyways.
Yeah, yeah. So that was, and Karma, I think, did that, and he
Mhm.
didn't necessarily got a good grip, right? But
I
it was-
couldn't see the grip that he had because their backs was facing us.
Yeah, he had a palm to palm grip.
Okay.
Then you're switching. But
Hmm.
I thought your guy would do that turtle
he
up
had that,
escape.
he had that turtle
Escape,
angle.
yeah,
But you know, I asked him what happened, and he said ki I was so gassed out, I wasn't able to breathe.
Yeah.
So I just had to give up at some point.
Yeah.
But
I could see.
again-
I could see. I had a better angle than you. So you like he had the escape angle, but Karma had that double this palm to palm, right? So it's not even a choke now. It's a crank. Like
Crank.
he's pulling it this way.
Even your Rabindra did this.
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
palm to palm finish. That was pretty good.
Same thing. We were working on these things.
In MMA, it is difficult to also lock up the RNC
Yeah,
most of
yeah.
the time. So palm to palm
Palm
works
to
really
palm.
well.
I think with the gloves, palm to palm,
Yeah.
you can like extend the spine too, right? Like if you sprawl,
Yeah.
like get your hip in. Yeah, that fight was good. I really enjoyed that fight, dude. That was, I think, right up there, fight of the night types.
Yeah.
And after that, we had, I think, Farhan and again
Again from
Primal.
Primal.
Dude, Sudeep was a good resistance
Sudeep
too.
Tawang, yeah.
Sudeep had like good striking and stuff. He had decent wall control. Like they were
He
been
was
working.
throwing good straight punches.
Yeah,
also.
throwing straight. Caught Farhan, gave him a shiner in his eye, like.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, this is what I wanted for as a coach, right?
Yeah.
Because I had conflict of interest during that time, like being the promoter.
You want to see more fun.
Yeah, I want to see a lot of resistance, right? But as a coach, I want my guys to get the safest result
Yes.
possible. So I'm like having super mixed emotions. I want to like, even when Sudeep is landing, I'm like, yeah, like, but I'm fucking coach. You know what I'm saying?
Your guy would be feeling very betrayed.
You know what I'm saying? So I
Like,
can't help it. This is my first time, and I see like, yeah, I might do it a couple of more times, but eventually I'll have to decide what I want to be. Either I want to be a coach or be a promoter. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's a
saying?
difficult task. to
These are two
juggle.
different, bro. As a coach, I gotta be like selfless, right?
Mm.
As a promoter, I gotta be like overdone.
Plus, I'm
Cause-
sure this time because he was so involved with the whole organization of it, like Mahendra was speaking so highly of you, Yalamba was speaking very highly of your part in the puzzle, and I think that also took away time from you coaching your guys,
yeah.
or at least some focus, probably.
100%, bro. How can I have 100% if I'm running around, going after sponsors, going after fucking the government like process, going after the cage people, the commission,
The fighters,
the fucking videos, the fucking podcast, the influencers trying to be friends, like strategically make friends and stuff. I don't like to do this shit, but I understand if this has to, I have to go out of my way, like, you know,
Yes.
do my shit. So
It's
I
great
understood
job,
that.
man.
So I tried to create some like wave with it, like a hype with it.
when did you guys start planning this event?
3 months, roughly.
Just 3 months away.
Yeah.
I think it's the same time around you texted me ki we are have something
I told
coming
you,
up.
right? I told you that was the
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
That's great, man. 3 months putting a show like this, of this caliber, 63,000 people watching, and the kind of fights that we had, the kind of hospitality I think we all can agree
Yeah.
has been awesome till now. Like, no problem at all. Everyone is a call away. It was really good.
And
yeah.
sorry.
No, I was just going to ask him, like, what did he feel? Like, he has a perspective of non-fighter.
No, you've been doing martial arts how long, man? A year?
Let's say truly 2 months,
Okay.
but I was in a particular gym
Okay.
and I tried for 8 months, but I didn't really learn anything there.
Okay.
So,
So You're a dog. You keep coming back. Right? Oh, nice. That you gotta have that attitude, dude. If you wanna learn this
martial art, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like this gym. You just back the fuck up. Find yourself a better gym. Like,
Yeah.
don't quit.
Yeah.
You know?
It was something I wanted to do. I also am one of those guys who watched the movie Never Back Down.
Of course,
And
bro.
got in my head like that.
A lot of us, bro. A lot of us. Look
That
around.
guy
I think
created
all
so
of us.
many MMA fighters.
A lot of us, bro.
So yeah. It is nice to know now, looking back in my life. All right.
Bro, one
Yeah.
second. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, that fight was good. Sudeep also, man. I think he's competing a lot and stuff. A lot of experience.
He looked a lot comfortable.
He just competed recently in
Yeah.
nationals and stuff in India.
Yes, he
Got
did.
like third or some stuff like that
Yeah.
in a decent bracket. So he has experience. I think he has more experience than Farhan.
Right.
So
Yeah, he just won some medals.
yeah,
and
yeah.
his coach was telling me.
So yeah, he has. So strategically, as a matchmaker, right? I was looking at good fights, man. I was trying to make good fights. That was my whole key. I didn't want to make it like obvious that fucking I'm inviting some something like fucking. I understand sometimes they do like some fights here.
Just to get padded record.
Yeah.
basically.
So I wanted to be like good resistance for my guys.
Mm.
To be honest, I wanted my guys, all of them, to be underdogs. So you know what I'm saying, trying to make the so in my head when I was matchmaking, requesting for matches and looking at the fight, like I wanted my fighters to be underdogs, so they want resistance. In a some kind of way, I want them to feel good resistance, bro. That's the whole point.
That's something very interesting that you mentioned, because people are so sometimes harping on winning all the time, that in amateur I think you shouldn't care. It's just like in jiu-jitsu. Athlete belts like purple belt, blue belt, you should not attach so much of prize to the winning part of it, but more to a learning part of it. And these are the places where you'll get tested.
Bro, like training in the gym, training under lights, like is
very different.
Fucking, that's a whole different sport, bro. Like you only experience over time, like conditioning.
You have to get comfortable there.
Yeah, conditioning is like conditioning like anything else. As many and amateurs, like I had offered so many other. Initially, my plan wasn't when we first started to make matches. We didn't want like a Nepal India kind of a showdown, you know. I wanted only the pro. I wanted Nepal India or Nepal some other wherever Afghani or somebody, like let's make it like that.
Yeah.
But when we offered here and there, looking at, and people didn't want to really take this opportunity of fighting
like Nepali fighters.
Yeah, Nepali fighters, and for multiple reasons. But so then I was out of like fighters now. I can't make my own fighters each other, right? So like then I approached this.
That became a fantastic plan, because now we had a whole card, India versus Nepal.
Dude, that was it.
Bro, I had like few girls or some random people in the crowd, and also from that cafe area from the side, they were just cheering India, India. I was like, even I'm not cheering right now, I'm coaching, but it's good to have that one or two voice.
There was one lady kind of irritating me, dude. Like, I wanted to show her the finger.
She was on your side.
Yeah, I wanted to show her the finger, like the fan in me wanted, but I'm like, dude, you can't be doing that shit right now. You can't be doing an 8D shit. Like, this is like you gotta be in your best behavior.
Already the emotions are high.
That lady, if she catch me any other day, bro, she's getting the fucking finger, dude. Like,
India.
catch me outside.
How about that?
And yeah, that fight was good. Farhan, he'd been working hard, bro. Farhan Ibrahim, man, he's a good fighter. People like his like style of fighting and stuff. He can switch both stands, enter into single, double, take the back. Good control of grappling, understanding of like body locks and stuff.
Is it the guy with the long hair?
Yeah, Farhan, like
right.
Farhan Ibrahim who fought with Sudeep, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had long hair, braided hair.
Right. Yeah, he looked really clinical in that fight. Like,
yeah, he just got a knee, got a snap down, spun to the back, kept the hook in.
It was difficult to get him off the back. Like the other
yeah.
guy tried. I was even telling him, but it looked like he knew what he was doing, Farhan.
Yeah, we've been training that position a long time, man, for now.
So how have you altered your training? Like, I noticed the kind of thing that you're doing is on the lines of the best practices, I would like to say, of how to compete in MMA. Especially in the style of fighting. right? So did you always teach like this, or did you make a switch?
I made a switch, bro.
Okay.
Okay, so when I started lock and roll, that was right around the pandemic time. Me, my brother, who you rolled with earlier.
Yeah.
The two guys, no, the
Spandon.
other Spandon and Shashankar, the other guy too, was
Right.
rolling with Rajiv Da.
Yeah.
So 3 of us, because that whole property is like Shashankar's family's, that building where the
Okay.
gym is. So he has the key, obviously.
Okay.
So during the pandemic, when everything was locked down, we used to have 3 of us used to have like secret. That's where
Sessions.
Shashankar started too. So me and my brother, gi, no gi, whatever, kickboxing, whatever, we used to beat each other up every day during the pandemic, bro.
Yeah.
And just doing our shit. But at that time, I was a blue belt. My brother was a white belt, but he was like scrambly white belt, like giving insane resistance, bro.
He's
like,
good, man. He's good. Like even right now when I rolled with him, he was turtling and doing all the right shit, giving intelligent reactions.
Yeah. He's been training in a couple of good gyms in London. So
yeah, and he's Gumby as well, which
Yeah.
helps a lot with his game.
yeah. And then he's bigger than me in size and stuff. And yeah, he's much younger than me, almost 7 years younger than me. And by the time he comes to my age, I can see him being like,
Yeah, good black belt.
smashing me, dude. Like, so this is my time to like fuck up with him. But at the same time, I don't want to mess him up so bad that he remembers like 10 years from now and like cranking me up, dude.
Take all your shots right now.
Yeah, so initially we started like pure jiu-jitsu only, right? A little wrestling and just submission grappling types. And then when this batch of all these 7 guys came around, pandemic area, I was posting videos and stuff. So people used to see Lock and Roll page and all started hitting me up saying, hey, I would like to come and start. So when these now I have a new crop already coming in.
Right.
It's different from how this batch started. This batch started together more or less a couple of months here and there. And as soon as they came in, I started them with like grappling first. No striking. Fuck striking right now. First, let's just build a good, decent base of
in
position
grappling.
understanding. Main positional understanding and not escapes. And by escapes, I mean I used to try to choke them out every day and they are just surviving. So I have like 10, 12 dummy, like, right?
Who you
dummies.
practice your submissions on.
submissions on. Get my instincts. Because it's a symbiotic relation, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to injure them or something,
Yeah.
but I'm going to like drill the same thing in live resistance.
Yeah.
So I'm drilling the same move with similar body size people. So I'm getting better too. I'm becoming a good blue belt, like, you know.
Nice.
So when there are like I didn't know that at that time.
Mm.
So but that was what was happening.
Mm.
So then I started watching videos, this and that, and then these guys suddenly started one day, like the round started ending in like no submission. I'm like, okay, this guy's getting better now.
Yeah.
Then next time, like, he escapes and he's swept me, like XYZ. I don't, like, everybody.
Yes.
So now they're giving good intelligent reactions and like
Mm.
more cardio.
And it can help you in get to like more deeper level of your jiu-jitsu as well.
Yeah,
So if
yeah,
your
yeah.
first move was not countered before,
Yeah.
it's getting countered. So now you need the second. So now you're building
Exactly.
your own game.
Yes, exactly, bro, exactly. So these guys started. Then I realized this opportunity of MMA came in, like this amateur. So like they came in like 2 months. So then I stopped complete grappling.
Mm.
Then I said, now let's mix punches and some grapple boxing style. Just grapple box,
Yeah.
takedowns. Then we
Shoot
get up.
boxing,
yeah,
basically.
shoot box. Sorry, yeah, shoot box. Just shoot box. Then these guys started doing boxing, kickboxing, and some of them were already kickboxers when they came in. Like Rahul, he had done a bunch of amateur
Yeah.
kickboxing fights, and like Mandeep also, he was a kickboxer before, Muay Thai and stuff. And these guys have been competing, whereas some of them had no prior training, like Karma, Farhan, Kunjan.
Kunjan also had no prior
no,
training.
bro, nothing, bro.
Damn, that man looked good as well.
So Kunjan and all came much later, man. Like Kunjan and all are the second batch. My first OG lock and roll is my brother and that other guy. 3 of us. There are like few of them. They've moved out of the country or stuff. Or some of them have become snakes and joined some other gyms and shit. That shit happens, motherfucker. You gotta call them out, dude. Like, they try like act like your friend, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know, but are you really though? Are you really?
So, does it make you mad if people quit your gym and join different gyms?
Nah, I'm like, please, wherever you comfortable, right? I'm not a toxic, like, fucking, I'm not like trying to be a bitter ex-girlfriend or something like that.
But then you cannot obviously hang with them.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I want to live my work. Like, I won't call it work. Like, just if you're working against me in my space, then there's nothing to talk about, bro. Like, regardless of our history and stuff. Like, I've lost a bunch of friends, bro, due to this. I won't say a bunch, a few, couple, one or two, I think.
But then you'd have people who have joined also from different gyms, right? Like
I have.
Because of what training you're offering.
Exactly. I have though. So I open everybody open arms, bro. Like, bring value to us if you want value back. Doesn't
100%.
mean even if you're a beginner, bring some like a good energy.
Good energy, just be present every single day.
And pay the fucking fees too, like on time, like, because it's the fucking.
That's the most important one.
Yeah, that's the most. They pay the fucking fees, then give whatever vibe you want, fucker. Like,
just pay fees, guys.
Yeah, or learn a skill like how social media, have a transaction of services.
Help the academy, yeah.
And you'll be a part of the team and the process and stuff. Maybe you might not make money right now, but you know,
down the line, when the gym grows, you grow.
Gym grows, you grow. You can have a side portfolio. You can cash in somewhere else. You show like, hey, I was working here.
Yeah.
Move on to a bigger gig or something like that. Yeah, I have like for instance, Sanjay also helps us a lot with our lock and roll and stuff. This other guy, Kishore. So Kishore and Sanjay are like you were saying, you like the videos and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, most of them are like Sanjay.
I really love the video production quality which comes out of lock and roll. Even during your last amateur tournament when you guys went, the kind of footage that we saw from the fights was insane. It was very cool to see that.
It was,
it's like a free fighters promo, you know, for the fighters.
Yeah. I understand the game from that aspect, bro. Like, it's not about fighting. It's more about entertainment and
the things around fighting.
Yeah, things. The nitty gritties. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just asking, like, how did this understanding come about? Like, were you a student of the sport or just like being around the sport for too long? Because a lot of time people don't even think about this stuff. They're just so focused on the training part of it. I don't know.
Ever since I started watching UFC, I always felt like I wish I could do a fight night like this. And this is back when Nick Diaz was fighting. Right. Nick Diaz was fighting GSP, right? I watched that fight and I started liking Nick Diaz. Even though Nick Diaz was the heel, right? I was like fuck, like, we need a guy like this. Like, I feel like Nick Diaz was like a Nepali dude, man. Like, seriously, from Nepal.
Didn't give a fuck.
I'm like, man, like, this guy looks like Nitin Diaz. So then I started like liking his personality a little bit. And when I was like impressionable, right, at that time, when you're a young dude, like, you're looking for like role models to.
Good that you did not come up in the corner era.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Nick Diaz was like the OG. So then I was thinking someday I'm gonna, I don't know how, I don't know where, I really didn't know. I was still playing football and stuff, bro. But Nick Diaz, then the first time when Rama said you wanna learn jiu-jitsu, when he just said I was like in. Like, you didn't have to just say jitsu.
By the time he said jitsu, he was already
rolling.
rolling.
And I was like, initially I was so hyper, right? Because there were like 2-3 of us who Rama used to train. There's this guy called Arjun, man. I don't know where the fuck he is these days. Arjun something. He was good. Arjun. He was really good, man. Strong, stocky dude, right? He used to compete submission grappling a lot, but these days I don't see him, man. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He was kind of fucker, dude. He was kind of asshole, though. Asshole of a training partner, dude. Like,
what did he do?
Trying to rip your arm and shit. Like, fucker, dude.
That's so many, bro. So what I think about this also is that sometimes people are just so not educated about how to roll in an academy. They feel like they are there to fight, and maybe it's not like their actual personality, but they just know that one way to do shit.
Fight or flight kicks in. Like, they don't know how to control that fight or flight emotion. Like,
and especially as a beginner, that tends to happen a lot because you have so limited skill set. You just want to do everything with force, everything with power.
And bro, I gotta answer this.
Sure, bro, no problem. Hello? I'll talk to Joe.
Hello?
So,
I'm
a?
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Sorry
yeah.
guys, sorry.
Oh yeah, there is just 50 of Saladis. This guy's there's a indigenous species,
Damn,
threatened
son.
species.
Like 50, 60, 80, something like that.
You have a big weight on your shoulders, bro. You have a big job to do.
Repopulate the
And sorry.
Yeah.
So what was the next fight, man? After that?
Right after that was Sahil.
Sahil. Oh damn, that was like my favorite fight.
You were saying that this is my favorite,
Yeah.
the fight I'm looking forward to.
I was because Kunjan, knowing Kunjan, and I was going through Sahil's record, like whatever it is. I saw a really good matchup. Right? Sahil already a couple of years older to Kunjan, has a good experience. I don't know how long he's been training.
Yeah, for quite a long hour.
He looks strong, like good, like fighter, like legit. He can fight as a pro in like Indian circuit right now.
I think we are going to turn him pro in the next fight.
So I'm looking at it. I was like, dude, I told Kunjan, I've matched you up with a much more, like, in numbers 3-4 times more experienced guy than you in training and in competition, and you are an underdog going into this fight. And me as a coach, I want you to take this fight, right? Because I feel I trust his skills, because I've seen him grind. And Kunjan also, I mean, like, he's had 3 fights so far, and out of 3, like, he got, like, one was a stupid judge decision.
I saw that right when we were searching about his fights.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm like, okay, so he's a top dominant fighter and he is just demolishing this guy. And
3 rounds, bro. 3 rounds.
And right after I was about to like close the fight, okay, he's just destroying his opponent. Nothing much to see there. The fight ends and the other guy says, bro, but he lost. I was like, what? How can he lose? And then I replay it back and I see they raise the other guy's hand. Insane.
So I tell him, like, you haven't lost till now.
Where was that fight?
In Mumbai.
Yeah.
Again, stupid associations, man.
Yeah, in Mumbai, dude. What the fuck was that about, dude? And I was in Bangkok that time, watching it live.
Oh shit, you would have been pissed.
I was like, what the At the same time, I understand. It's okay. Like, let's not break our head. We know who won, right?
Yeah.
Like, what? We know who won.
Anyone who watches that fight will know
like,
who won.
We know who won. It's okay. Just be graceful. Let's not, it's okay. Fuck it, dude. The crowd knows who won, like, whatever, right?
Bro, my reaction instantly while watching that was, if I was the fighter there, I would just sit in the cage, not leave the cage. That was this atrociously bad decision.
Yeah, and then he's been training stuff, so I was like, okay, this fight's gonna be good. So we took that opportunity and invited Sahil to have a fight, and it went good, man. It went good. The first round was pretty good. Dude, non-biased, right? Trying to I felt Kunjan took the first round because he ended up on top. There was a couple of scrambles, a lot of takedowns, and again in the end of the round also he was on top. Sahil was landing some punches and stuff, but at the same time they were trading on the feet. But first round I was like, okay, but Sahil is in my head as a coach. I'm like, I told him, dude, he's experienced, he knows how to, like, be careful. And then I saw like Kunjan a little inexperienced showed. He had the neck out already, but he went to the wrong side, dude. I was like, where are you going, son? You gotta be going the other side.
But I think it was also because hoisted up, he couldn't just walk also. And then Sahil just used
this grip, dude.
Yeah.
He used this grip.
The power grip.
Yeah, the power grip started squeezing in. And for MMA, this is also good grip, dude.
Bro, with gloves, those grips are difficult to break. Like in a regular, you can peel the fingers and everything. In gloves, you can't break that grip.
And Sahil has like good height also. So he started cranking. Kunjan tried to spin out, went to the ground. It got tighter. And I was like, okay, I felt like it was done. Yeah. So it's okay. Good experience, solid resistance. And I feel like
good
Kunjan,
resistance,
if he just picks himself up, works up a little bit.
He got those 2 nice takedowns, man, where he lifted him up like off the feet. That was pretty cool. With the body lock. I love that.
First round, that was first round.
Yes.
So I was like, okay. But I felt like Kunjan he got like that silly, like a mistake. As a coach point of view, that was a silly mistake. Okay, you'll come back. No worries, bro. Like,
yeah, amateur record does not mean a lot, man.
Yeah, I'm sure like he felt hard losing in Nepal and stuff. But fuck it, dude. Like, what are you talking about, son?
I didn't see him after that fight. I think
he was there outside with his brother. Like, obviously, like he's going to be down, but he was there with his teammates, helping them around. But Yeah, after that it was Rahul and our
Dheeraj.
bro. I saw a fucking TikTok or some shit on that. It has gone like viral in
Really?
Nepal. Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, you have to send us that.
Yo video ma haldeu na. Dheeraj and
That
the
was a
whole
wild fight, man. Wild
then
fight.
from the whole face off to everything.
Stalker.
Stalker types and
I think that was the fight which had the whole storyline going for it.
dude, everyone was like, dude, you can make a whole separate movie on that. Fucking, like these two guys.
That was crazy, man. Even the way it ended was super crazy.
Dude, I was like, what just happened, dude?
Yeah.
Like,
I was right in the same corner. He got punched, and I think he just got stunned so bad. Maybe concussed also because he did not remember a lot of shit like going into the fight.
then he hit, like, Rahul hit that overhand
Yeah.
and Duck came out at an angle.
and he was just
yeah.
like, it's done with the hands.
I'm not kidding, bro. Like the fight, right? The first 2 rounds was like showboating.
Yeah,
So Rahul was
yeah.
just faking. The
Yeah.
other guy was like using his mental game, like, and Rahul was rattled a little bit, like.
Bro,
what the
so
fuck?
I was not very happy about that, and I haven't had this talk with
What do
him.
you?
We'll
What's
go
your
back.
thing? You can, if you could.
My
share
my
your-
thing was that we had a game plan coming into the fights.
Well, like, if you could
Our
tell
game
us.
plan was that we have good decent striking. We'll use that to again enter clinch, take people down, do the shoot boxing style. And I think Sahil implemented that perfectly, where he kept range with his striking and then ducked under at the right time, took the first double leg of the fight. And
But Kunjan just got.
but
right
Kunjan
the
just
fuck
got up,
out
and then
here.
I was like, motherfucker, these guys are doing scrimmage as well. So-
I was like, Kunjan, get up! He just got up. Like,
So that's
Yeah.
something that's all we are always working on.
that's bro. Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
Then I saw Sahil's face. He was like, "Oh fuck."
we got a fight.
Yeah,
We
I
got a
saw because
fight.
I see the reaction when my fighter
Uh.
does something good. I want to see how if they're calm, I can see the eyes, bro. Like if
Yeah.
they're calm and comfortable, I know they can chain it up again
Yeah.
because they're not taken back. Because Sahil got a good double, Kunjan just got up. Then
Mm.
I was like, oh shit. Then that mentally
Then
a
it
little
became a
bit.
clinch, yeah.
Then Kunjan got that confidence. Oh, I can just
I
get
can
up. Now
stand
I'm
up.
gonna fuck this guy up. Types like. Then all that energy and all that confidence for that
Mm.
takedowns came from that get up.
If
In my
people,
opinion,
if
bro.
people just get up, it's such a waste of your energy. Plus, as I said, it just demotivates the fight. Like, man,
Yeah,
have to
I didn't
work so
think
hard.
like Sahil shot for another shot after that also.
He got an inside trip after that, like where he was in the clinch and he just tripped him inside and then got on top again. I think your fighter was attempting a Harai Goshe, some sort of takedown.
Oh yeah.
I have to rewatch that fight, man.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but yeah.
Yeah. They landed in kind of awkward way once.
Where he went for an armbar and then
but
the
his
round
thumb
ended.
was down, so I was like,
Yeah.
"You're safe. You're just past that," and he passed that leg, and that's how the round finished.
Yes,
with
and
him,
that's
like-
why I think we can give that round
Yeah.
to your guy because he ended it strong on top.
Yeah, dude.
That's
So for me, Kunjan takeaway was like we did pretty fucking well with that experience, dude.
yeah, man.
Sahil. So dude, don't worry about it, dude. Like, just keep your head up and keep grinding, dude. Keep grinding, like. And yeah, dude, that fight was good, man. I love that fight. I can watch it like again.
So yeah, coming back to Dheeraj fight, which you're talking about, the showboating part was a little extra. We personally don't like that style. You can do that if you are like super confident in your abilities, but going into a fight when we have a game plan and not implementing that, I was not happy with it. Obviously, we'll go and be more disciplined, work on that. And also, this guy couldn't train for the entire, probably majority of training camp because he had a shoulder injury. And maybe that's why he didn't shoot. Like I asked him to shoot even in the corner, and he was like,
Yeah, in the
"Sir,
end,
just
he
yeah,
actually had pulled it out.
let me just continue like this." I said, "Okay." And it was nothing was what I was saying was not getting communicated as well because the crowd was wild during that fight. So yeah, it ended the way it ends usually when you are in this firefight. You know, he was leaning back and missing some of the punches. But then finally he got caught with one. And your guy, props to him. In the third round, he comes back. He comes with like a fire. He's pushing the pace. What did you tell him?
I slapped him, dude.
You slapped him.
I was like, like a quick
Wake up.
one, like that Suyash headbutt types, like
Wake up.
fast one types,
Yeah.
like no one saw it, right?
Camera
I was
man.
like, yo, what the fuck, son? Like, what, son? You did, like, what the fuck? Like, you don't want to fight him or what? I was like, punch a hole in that motherfucker's face right now, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I said, dude. Then he was like,
That lit a fire under
then he
him.
was like, oh, I got it now. I got it. I'm like, you better fucking get it, dude. Now, the thing is, you don't know. He broke his hand in the first round, bro.
Oh shit! That's why he was not striking.
He's
too much.
plastered right now. Like, he's all. Him and three people had to be sent to the hospital.
Was it the same hand which he threw the cross?
Yeah, the overhand right one. In the first round he connected once, but I think it connected on top of the head somewhere. So this two knuckles right is like fucking fractured. Something happened.
Did you guys knew it between the rounds or after the fight you figured it out?
Yeah, he kind of knew. He was saying like that made haat dukhi raha. And this is the second fight continuously. He's been injured within the fight.
Oh.
The fight previous to that, Rahul's fight, if you go up, it's on YouTube, I think. He dislocates his shoulder and he keeps fighting. Ends the fighter up. Then in the round, he comes back. He's like, "Damn, my shoulder is dislocated." I was like, "I know, dude. Now fucking hit him with that shoulder." Like, I seriously said that, dude. Like, hit him with that, do a Greg Jackson style to GSP, right?
Yeah.
I was like, fucking hit him with that shoulder, man. Like, and then next round he goes, gets a body lock, takes him down, like chokes him out. Like that's the safest option after that. Let's not strike.
Finish him.
Yeah, let's get to our secondary weapon right now. So he's a kickboxer who's learning to grapple, like decent, like cage work and shit. And yesterday it was the arm. But the same time my arm is knuckled. But I didn't know it was that bad. I didn't know it was fractured. But at the same time, I'm like, it might be in your head only. Because sometimes the athletes, like
the
psychosomatic types, it shows up. But in this case, it's a real fracture. Yeah, after that, he was like, it was swollen up. And I was like, dude, you got to go to the hospital right now. So that was a good fight. For him also, because he's trained hard, man. Like last... not much opportunity of competing in Nepal, so just to showcase his against a good, and it's like it's a dance, bro. You need a partner to dance, and Dheeraj, respect. It's a show, man. He tried to put on a show. You need a hero, then you need an antagonist.
From the show point of view, that fight, as I said, it's viral now and it's popular. But from that coaching perspective, I have to make them like fight the best fight, you know. So. That was cool, and then the main event, co-main event. Holy shit!
That was Nepal's first 2 MMA scene. So it's a milestone for us, bro. So this was like a dream come true for me as an MMA nerd, bro, geek, dude. Like yourself, man. Like how you are for jiu-jitsu, I'm like MMA.
For MMA,
for like waking up till we sleep. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm fucking thinking MMA.
Sleeping about combinations and entries.
So these things. So when it all came to life, right? And thanks to Mahindra Dai, Yalambar Dai, and the Tap Out team, they brought everything together. I could just be a coach. At that, when that break was there, I was like, okay, now this is time to like talk to the guys and stuff. And so yeah, that just happened, and first fight, it is what it is. But that's the sport. Maybe that's what we didn't hope would happen. But Mandeep's back. He had a nose surgery. Regardless of the result, he'll be back, dude. He has knocked out people like that in India. And
yeah, man, it's part of the game. Like one day he can do it to somebody else, and then there'll be person on the other side facing the same kind of ordeal.
So it's just now I'm looking forward to how he takes this in the next few months. And
how long is he out of training for?
I'll have to go to his doctor, meet him later after this podcast. So I'll know then. So he's just in the hospital right now. Just had his nose fixed. And yeah, everything looks good. He had the CT scan and stuff, you know.
Speedy recovery to you, bro.
And he's a dog, man. He's a dog. Coming to the fight, we were looking to meet fire with fire, and sometimes we got burned this time. So,
bro, and Shreyas looked so freaking strong, man. I saw him cutting loads of weight right before a tournament, even till last Wayne's time he was like cutting weight. So yeah, and he came back looking huge and very precise in his finish as well, you know. He connected it flush, and then next 2-3 punches. I mean,
Mandeep threw a leg kick. That was like sweet spot. I was like, fuck, because I've got kicked by Mandeep's legs, dude. I was like, oh, that's stinging, right? Then he got that confidence. Then he leaped into that cross and a cross. It missed a little bit, dude. I was like, oh fuck! Now they're clinching, and Suyash is bigger, right? Just turned him around to the cage.
Just whipped him back.
Yeah. Then they broke posture. Then again went to striking. That was good, man. Props to Suyash, man. Solid dude, man. I hope to see him get to this event. Propel him into Are
you going to get him back again for the next one?
Yeah, for sure.
I think they were talking about main event, right? Him being in the main event.
Against who though? I have to
Yeah.
find him a similar
find
size
him a-
Nepali guy, dude. I don't have Robin.
Yeah.
Like, I would love for him to fight Rabindra, but Rabindra fights bantamweight, dude.
He's too small for him.
Yeah, and Suyash is like.
Yeah, maybe you'll have to pair him with a different country's fighter, you know.
Yeah, but I can't do it. This Nepal Warrior
Ah.
Championship. There has
So
to be a
you-
Nepali in a fight,
In
bro.
the main event, yeah,
Yeah,
in the main
in a
event.
of course, main event has
Exactly.
to be a Nepali fight. No Nepali wants to see two, like,
Right.
especially at this, like, where we are, right? There has to be a Nepalese
Yeah,
fighter.
only then people will be interested.
Yeah.
You can promote the event also. Yeah.
Exactly. That's the whole point. There has to be a local guy, dude.
Who other person can be like your big main eventer apart from Rabindra for now? Who can?
There are a few guys from other gyms, I won't lie.
Okay.
But we don't see eye to eye, the gym and we. There are a few guys from 2-3 gyms. I won't say, I mean, like, I'm sure they want to do their own show too.
Right.
And make their guys their own promo, like their own main event of their own show. But yeah, it's not that easy to do a show at a good level. You can do a show. You can do a show however you want, but it's the level.
The quality of the event
It's
is
the
what
level.
matters.
It's like the details, attention to details, and how well the fighters are treated, how well the whole teams are treated. That's where Mahendra, Dai, Yalambar, and we were. That's our fifth. Like, we want the fighters to feel like they're kings of the city for at least a day or two. You know, so when they're here, nothing asked for, nothing much. And yeah, that's the whole goal. I'm sure we're not even close to that, but we're trying. We can see, like, okay, there's a way we can do it and stuff. And we had a lot of decent support from sponsors and stuff. Even though it was like last minute and shit, like they came through at different levels and stuff. And there were some anonymous sponsors and all too who believed in me. Like, I don't know why they're believing in me, but randomly, without even trying to be come out anonymously helping us. So okay, yeah, as long as
Yeah,
we
man, you
can-
guys were pretty successful in doing that. Like,
Thanks,
the
man.
hospitality has been
Appreciate.
great.
It doesn't seem like you're doing it for the first time. It seemed like it's refined.
yeah, it's all props to team, man. It's not me, dude. I was just the coach and I had my own roles, but I think the whole at the last end part of it, like, I didn't have to worry about the logistics and stuff. I could just focus on the fighters. I'd worry a little bit about sponsors here and there, run here and there, but the logistics part, it was solely just Mahendra Dai and Yalambar Dai. So we have our own roles, right? There's a solid team and a solid tap out venue and tap out team, and there's at the pump too. So we have a good support system. Main thing I'm trying to build is a community and a support
Community,
system.
man. Yeah, people who love mixed martial arts coming together and helping it grow in the country.
Something like that. Yep.
Yeah, the
And-
biggest takeaway for me was talking to Mahinder is that he's so committed about the well-being of fighters, and that is something that which we lack in MMA community in India most of the time. There are a lot of tournaments, amateur tournaments, and the way they conduct the show is very, very pathetic. Like, fighters are not having access to water on the fight day. There's nothing in the vicinity to eat after the weigh-ins, things like that.
You won't believe this? Dheeraj was told to go pee on the street when he asked for a washroom. In one of these.
So they're like
No
lot
wonder
of
he's fucking
randoms.
mad, dude.
Yeah.
No wonder he's mad about, like, everything, dude. Like,
Yeah.
can I
So-
drink some water, brother? And yeah, man. Also, amateur is where you learn, like, about yourself. Like, do you really want to be a fighter? Like, or are you a little, like, amateur, bro? That's where you win and learn. What are you gonna learn in fighting? Are you really a fighter, bro? Like, not everyone is a fighter. I'm not a fucking fighter. Like, what the fuck? If I was a fighter, I'd want to be pro, right? But
yeah.
I understood, like, dude, I don't think this fighter shit is for me.
Yeah, man. It takes some sort of nuts,
No, this fighter's gotta be crazy, dude. A little bit. It's like, people don't understand, bro. Like, there's something in this head, like,
Yeah.
in there. That's a switch, like, switch. There has to be a switch, man.
Yeah,
You know,
watching
we're-
it watching it up close made me question the same thing. Like, okay, do I want
Do I
to
really want to do this?
this?
Before coming here,
Or
he was
do I just
like,
want to show my girl I'm doing this?
कि एक है मैं fight तो कर ही लूँगा.
And I was like, hey, my husband's gonna protect me. But fucking you see Sui ass coming on the other side. Fucking.
It's a tough job, man. Like, even if you lose, then your girlfriend will be like, can he really protect me?
And yeah, bro. And the main event, it was it was a short notice fight for Jason. A dog, man. I was like, I was asking for some pro fighters to wanted and stuff. They were being, I want someone who wanted to take it at first, like offer. I sent a few messages here and there. About 2 weeks, Ravindra, you need to like plan a little bit. And Jason was the first to answer back. And like Jason and David was like first. I sent the message out together. And Jason and David was the first one. The others were trying to like what, like how much money, this and that, and we given all the details, this and that. Jason was like, I'll take it. I was like, fuck it, this guy looks like. Then I asked his coach, and he had been in Bali and keeping in shape, training. So yeah, Soma seemed like a good like a pre-camp for him to be in shape.
He also fought there.
Yeah, so they've been, he's been in shape and stuff, and so I was like, okay, let's see. This guy's training in Soma, and Soma right now has some kind of he's not a Soma fighter, but just had a camp there. Yeah. So let's see where we stand, right? So I said, Ravindra was like, at this moment he's like, fucking, let's you and I fight, dude. Like, make it a main event, like, fucking, but I gotta fight, like. I was like, yeah, okay, fuck it. Like, that can be something, coach, and dude, like, fighting in main event, bro. Like,
there's some kind of rivalry attached.
Yeah, some fucking
loser leaves the camp.
So, I was like, okay, dude, even if we have to do that, I'll do it, bro. Like, no worries, right? I'll give you some resistance, like. And then Jason was like, fuck it, I'll do it. And right then and there, I was like, okay, we sent him the paperwork and stuff, and. Yeah, 2 weeks. It was his previous opponent was Karan Chauhan. I don't know, dude. What happened, man?
Apparently, 1 week ago, he also had injured his knee or something. But then they were like...
So the word that I hear is ki Karan Chauhan, he said ki he's not training at all because he's injured. And then somebody told me ki someone saw him watching on his Instagram stories training like right after he quit like not fighting here, like he backed out from the fight. So that's pretty weird.
If it was me, I wouldn't want to fight Ravindra too.
Yeah, but at least tell early, like if you hang the main event so close to the tournament, so close to the fights.
I don't know. I don't know if I can trash him or something, but I have some kind of feeling, like I don't want to say it, but we even like exchange services even before the fight, you know what I'm saying? For pro fighters, so much so I don't think any fucking promotion give you advance payment, bro. We've given all the advance payments of like such and such amount of like and still like
for training and shit like that, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever you want to fucking blow it up or sniff it, fucking shove it up your ass, I don't care, but you fucking take it. So after we sign the paperwork, right, you get an advance, and now we are media work also a little obligated to like promote some stuff. So nothing was happening, and we were doing our part. They weren't meeting us in the middle, you know. So I to be honest, bro, I knew this was happening.
You knew he will pull out,
bro. I have like my instincts, man. I really trust my fucking instincts, bro. My intuition and shit. Like I knew this was happening, bro, and I was already prepared. I was just waiting how long this fucker is gonna like take to tell us, you know. So one day he makes his coach like tell me. I was like, at least be a fucking man and say it yourself.
Say it directly.
Yeah, say it. And fucking we still need to get our fucking money back, dude. Like I'm coming for that fucking money, dude. Like seriously. You know?
If you come by Delhi, just come train with us.
Yeah, dude. Come fucking take that money back.
Yeah, hopefully it gets resolved, man.
No, I mean, like, if it's a serious injury, even if it's a serious, there's a way of doing it, bro. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a way of doing it. We had already booked the tickets. It's not refundable. Like, just Yeah, tell it to me. Because when I contacted them like, as a clear communication, line of communication. There's no third party.
You were talking to him directly.
Yeah, directly, right? And suddenly, like, we can't talk, and
Coach has come in the middle.
yeah, I was like, okay.
So all people, when they do this, all they do is they close one of the channels where they can, make money or fight in the future. Like NWC is such a good promotion. I would love to see a lot of more Indian fighters from different gym also come and compete in here, just to see the level of hosting a tournament, hosting a fight night, how it should look like back in India if you compete. So losing out on that opportunity, that should be in your mind.
There's a good fighters brewing from the Northeast Indian side.
Yeah, man.
That's why I wanted Jason to come in, because I wanted okay, let's let Northeastern fighters also know there's Nepalese fighters that also can fight. Like we're from Warrior Clan too, bro.
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong, man. It's just we didn't know the technique. Like there was no Nepalese coach. Okay, we can box, we can fucking kick and Muay Thai and shit, but MMA is a whole different understanding of grappling and shit. So we didn't have a grappling culture, right? So I'm trying my best to influence a little bit, couple of people towards the grappling side of the art, and convert it translate it into MMA language.
It's great, man. As you're saying, like कि 3-4-5 gym ही है यहाँ पे, 5 gyms.
5 काठमांडू में 4 gym है. MMA legit MMA कर सकते हैं. नेपाल में 5 होगा. Outside Kathmandu 1 in Pokhara maybe. That also I'm being too kind actually. Let's say 4. And out of the 4, I run the curriculum in 2. So there are other 2 gyms where there are other 2 grappling coaches too. And I get along with one. I don't get along with the other gym. Not the coach, the gyms. The administration of the gym.
Same in our city.
Yeah, Gurgaon also not too many MMA gyms, right?
Yeah, I think in Gurgaon 2 gyms are the most well known. One is Rebel and one is Warriors Cove. And
you guys also same team, like B team and New Wave types.
Yes, that was exact similar split, and for the exact similar reasons also. So yeah, we trained at Warriors Cove initially, and then we had this split. Let's call it more of a business split to be nice. And they went back to their original brand because they were training with us under a different brand name, and then they went back again to their real Warriors Cove Academy, and we separated and started Rebel. So it has been good since then. We started our MMA team from the scratch last year. Most of the guys who are training with us have been training for 6 to 7 months, maximum a year. So yeah, we are a new team as well, and it was kind of you to invite us for the event and to make India feel represented. I'm sure our fighters did all they could. They gained a lot of experience from here. And just the next batch will come on more strong.
Yeah, the crowd was not too negative crowd, bro.
That was very.
That's why I wanted it to be like a educated crowd. Like
you did like this closed door policy and just
closed door, bro. Closed fucking door, dude. Close from the gate, dog. Like
close the door,
close stuff. I mean, like there was a TV upstairs in the cafe, showing it, but it was 10 seconds late or something, lagging. Okay.
I see.
But the real shit was happening inside, and mostly sponsors and people who've helped us actually. There's an exchange of value, let's say.
Okay.
Yeah. People were there who help us spread the word and stuff, and basically that's it. Not too because when people start paying and coming, they become entitled to any kind of behavior after a few beers or whatever.
Throw the beers.
Stuff and Nepalese people can be wild in the crowd. Because I've seen in football matches, where it's Nepal, India, Nepal, whatever, Bhutan, any other country, it gets a little rowdy, and this is a fucking fight, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want stupid people paying and they feel entitled.
You need maybe a stadium for that kind of people, that kind of crowd.
Bro, fuck no, dude. I don't think it's kind of first. We need to educate the people first of what being in how to like be a crowd, not be emotional and start throwing chairs and shit inside and stuff. And even India, Nepal, there happens incidents happen where
in
in
India,
any sport and stuff, people just rush in and start attacking the guest.
in India there was
team
a
and shit.
riot in MFN, if you remember.
Dude, fuck.
Fighters almost got killed in that. So
That's crazy.
in India it gets even worse, man.
Dude, that was crazy,
Yeah.
dude. This Afghani dude, like fucking sucker punching this
Yeah.
dude, man. And these guys both professional fighters, but man, like, it's
Very-
crazy, man. Like,
Very unprofessional behavior.
1 second, man. What the fuck is this?
I'll find you.
Hello?
तेरे को नहीं पता ना ये story?
नहीं क्या हुआ
Push
so tell me
म यता
Push
podcast गर्दैछु यार.
Just bring in a question. Fuck. ये कैसे गिरता पानी इसमें?
हजुर?
squeeze it out
वो दूसरा वाला bottle किधर गया?
एकछिन टाइम लाग्छ यार. भर्खर स्टार्ट गरेको. ल आज त अलिक बिजी छु ब्रो, म यहाँ भर्खर स्टप. ल कहिले भेट्ने त ब्रो? अलिक चाँडै भेट्ने. ल पर्सि भेट्ने है. ल ब्रो, ओके. Sorry, man.
so I don't know the sucker punch story could you tell me what happened
Even, I mean, I wasn't there. I mean, I read about it. What happened was, tell me if I'm wrong, Peeyush knows this.
Yeah, I'll
guy.
bet the story, whatever you know.
So there was a fighter, some Shrikant something.
Shrikant Shekhar.
Yeah, Shrikant something.
My bad. Edit that out.
No, Shrikant Shekhar.
Shekhar.
Oh, okay.
I thought you don't want to name his
Oh
full
no.
name. Okay.
I want to know his name. I was like, Shekhar. Then he was fighting some dude, and who was a teammate of that.
Badakshi.
Yeah, Badakshi. Like fake passport guy types. Right, and then he just, I don't know, something that guy showed a bird or what to the Afghan
So
crowd.
let me go.
Please,
set a
actually, sorry,
context,
bro,
okay?
please. Bro, he asked me, so I'm like, bro, I have to say, if you could have asked him, you know.
Okay, so basically what happened that day was ki Shrikant had already fought a Afghani guy, and he had beaten him. Or probably he had fought a Indian guy and he had beaten him, so he had won his fight. And previous to that, he had fought an opponent who slept him, who was an Afghani guy. So he had a history going against Afghani fighters. And this time when he wins the fight, I hope I'm remembering this correctly as a chain of events. And this time when he wins the fights, he challenges that Afghani guy again and says, and because the area in which it was happening in Delhi has a lot of Afghan crowd, and Afghan crowd is like crazy about their fighters. They like treat it as a religion, and they come in the show in large numbers. So they make up a lot of the crowd. And in that day there was this guy Badakshi, who is one of their premier fighters, or was one of their premier fighters at that point of time, and he was a pro. He was sitting in the audience with his girlfriend.
It was that lady, right? The
Kishore
owner.
Shroff.
She's the owner.
Daughter of the owner.
Oh, owner.
And probably co-owner. And they all were sitting in the crowd. And Shrikant in his post-fight speech says "fuck you" or "fuck off Afghanistan" or something on that note, something on that level. And then he goes back and crowd starts booing him. Then he comes back again to corner one of his friends, Seth, against Zahur Shah. One of the guy.
Dude, the Seth guy is like Indian, or is it albino, or what is his deal?
He is actually from US. He's from Puerto Rico actually. So I've trained with him. Very nice guy. Love that dude.
I thought he was Indian dude, but like
he's
skin
Indian.
problem.
He's Indian now. He has been staying here for since 2011, I guess. So 10 plus years. So he has an Indian passport also, I guess. And he's married with an Indian woman. So he's Indian.
The Indian dream, dude.
Yeah, we'll claim him, man. He's a really good fighter. So Seth fought this guy Zahur Shah, who had in previous event beaten Shrikant, who he had this rivalry with. And Seth takes out Zahur Shah in a very clinical fashion, attacking with multiple submission. Probably broke his knee also from a knee bar, which Zahur Shah didn't tap to, and won the fight. And right during the fight, Shrikant was standing in a corner where there were like audience behind him, all the Afghani crowd. And the Afghani crowd was consistently booing him. So at some point he just turns towards the crowd and shows them the middle finger. Probably right after the fight ended at that point of time. And the crowd went wild. They started hurling abuses, and this guy Badakshi sees this, and just to become a hero or whatever, he
I mean, he was already a hero.
yeah, he sucker punches this guy from behind and knocks him out, like right there on the spot. And as the crowd sees this, they all jump the fences and start running towards Shrikant to beat him up.
But he was
Like,
already knocked out.
He was already knocked out, but the crowd didn't care. And the coaches and the other staffs immediately started to lift him up and take him away from the venue to escape the crowd, and the crowd starts running back behind them.
I seen that video. Yeah.
Yes, and that was why like a lot of guys made these Instagram videos. They were trying to hit their coaches. They were trying to hit Shrikant, and there was like one police van outside the venue, which saved him that day, because they were like coming with stones and things. They were like really murderous that night. So it could have been like a complete disaster for the sport of Indian MMA that night. And probably it's a lot of it is on MFN as well, because they had to have more tighter security.
Dude.
I'd heard like there were little brawls happening throughout that event that day. So yeah, that was the story.
Freaking biblical, eh? Come with stones.
It's crazy.
I mean, you can
bro.
find stones anywhere, bro. On the road also.
Fucking hell, bro. Like,
So, yeah.
that's crazy.
So that's
bro.
great that you guys curated the crowd for this first one.
Especially like in MFN, you
Yeah.
can't drink and shit. Right?
Yeah.
So in this, we were trying to give the like a little bit of like sponsors
Booze as well.
stuff.
Barasinga, shout out.
So I'm like, dude, I can't have unruly fucking people throwing stuff, right? Crazy.
That was
And yeah, that fight was, it is what it is. Ravinder did like Ravinder was the favorite.
Ravinder did what he did,
Yeah,
what he does.
did, like, and we didn't wanna like going into the fight. Also, I was telling him, get the choke, dude. Like, you know, don't ground and pound. Like, so going into the fight, he was telling me he could hear my voice in his head, like, because I needed him to get some submission in his record, like.
all of it is TKO.
Yeah, like ground and pound. Always like take the back or mount,
Mm.
ground and pound till the referee peels you. Even if when the opponent is giving the neck, he's like,
he won't
no.
take it.
He was like, no.
Just wants to inflict some
Yes.
violence, bro.
He's like, no. The opponent is like, take my neck and save me for the horror. I said, he's like, no, I'm gonna flatten you out. Then this thing he does. He knows how to flatten people out
From the back.
from the back. He flattens, then he lets them loose a little bit.
Mm.
And they turtle up
Flatten
again.
again.
3 times, no, 4th time they're not gonna do it,
They
right?
don't do anything.
Because they are athletes too. They have some fucking like strength, right? And especially fight or flight, they're gonna fight.
Mm.
But he's like really, really like technical about that. He'll purposefully loosen a little bit and drop you back again.
How long has he been training now?
Dude, for that you'll have to wait for his documentary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that document is going to be sick. You're telling me about it.
Yeah, I won't do justice to his story, man.
Mhm.
You will have to wait, because his story is like crazy, bro. He started in Delhi.
I was talking to him post fight. He said, "Ki I also stayed at Delhi
Yeah.
and trained in some random ass
Gym, yeah.
gym."
And his, Krishna Heer, MMA
Yeah,
fan,
yeah, I know.
that was his training partner. Just
Okay.
2 of them started with you watching YouTube fights.
Okay.
And the Krishna Heer guy used to beat him up, and
Yeah, Krishna also came and trained at Rebel for a bit,
yeah.
and then he also fought with Warrior Scope against Shamanand. if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
remember.
yeah. Shamanand's from Warriors Cove.
No, Shamanand is from a gym in Bangalore. I'm forgetting the name of the gym. But
Dude, Shamanand, that dude looks juiced the fuck out, dude.
man, did you
Like,
see the difference in the first match and the second match?
what the fuck? Like, where is he buying his supplements, bro? I wanna fucking get that deal too, man. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy, bro. Like, I mean, what the
I mean-
fuck, dude? Featherweight motherfucker looks like a middleweight, dude. Like,
How much weight do you think does he cut?
dude, I don't care at this point. Like, fucking, that's insane. Number 1, he doesn't make weight, right? Number 2, you're on the fucking sauce.
When did he not make weight last time?
With Richie, he didn't make weight.
Okay,
He
with
co-
Richard he didn't.
No.
Okay.
And they didn't even show Richard what the discrepancy was. They hid that fact, I think.
Okay.
Now, at this point, Richard doesn't know how much he missed his weight. At that whole point, he couldn't even have been cutting weight. Like, that whole thing was a little like,
Sketchy.
fucking yeah.
I didn't know about this. I thought
Bro,
they
come.
made
I mean,
weight
like,
and
Richard is a good dude. He doesn't want to make a big deal about it. But I know the inside story. Like, we already spoke, like, dude, they're going to stack up all the odds against you, number 1. Because obviously, like, how for Nepal, it's Nepal versus India is a good story that sells in
Yeah.
Nepal. In India, it's like Indian
India
versus
versus
one
England.
fucking British fucker.
Yeah.
Like everyone has their complexes
Yeah.
going around here. So MFN saw that line story. Okay, let's get this like decent fighter in and put
Even
him.
in the fight, he looked like very mismatched in size.
Bro, in the face of that other guy, he's not even cut weight. Richard is like dehydrated. You can see that same training, like we trained together, right? Like this guy's somebody else. His weight cut number 1 was not good apparently, and
Yeah.
travel and stuff to Dubai and stuff. And I don't think he had a proper, solid corner man and stuff with him. Also, he was going around. He was with some guy Karan, but it was like Karan's first as a corner man also at
Did
that
he
level.
reach out to you for helping out?
Bro,
Okay.
like come on, dude. Guys.
There's a lot of history, man.
Yeah. The same thing, like they're not gonna reach out to you for Seth's corner. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
But if there's nobody,
yeah,
know.
exactly. So I mean, like pride comes first, I guess. Everybody. I mean, like, not that I'm saying I would have made any difference, but I think I would have.
bro, you would have made a lot of difference.
Yeah, they
like, you're
rather decided to go with like Sid and stuff from
educated. Okay.
since like Sid and were there maybe. So yeah, but I understand, dude. Like, but it was like I felt really. I saw the brutality of the sport too, like, and
There are a lot of factors which need to be right, you know, for you to win also. Like, your weight cut has to be on point. You need to have a good corner man, good cam, no injuries.
Rehydration,
gaining weight back.
and fucking juice, the sauce, the steroids and shit too. Like,
Yeah, a lot of dynamics.
bro, I seen that guy Shamanand's fucking podcast and shit. Acts fucking like Baba types topics, but motherfucker, you're poking your ass too much, dude. Like. I'll fight him on the street, dude. Maybe not in the cage, but I'll fight him, dude, on the street. Like, I can run too. Like, I can, like, my 100-meter dash is pretty fast, bro. I think I can run faster than Shamanan, bro. You got like skinny legs, though. Upper body's like fucking bull, right?
Becoming a shaman on the road.
Skinny fucking legs, dude. Fuck that guy, dude. Like, seriously, man. The whole point is just sketchy. It's not transparent, like.
But in FN, if there's no testing, you know, it's open season. I think a lot of people are juicing, so you can't do much. You can't just blame, one guy also.
No, I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just making a joke out of it. I respect his hustle and everything.
Yeah. The quality of his fights are really good. Like,
bro,
I'll strike Richard.
Even that, he fought Krishna here too before
Yeah.
that. He fought Krishna Hirapur too, like bloody. bro.
Musha Rice or somebody fought that was the bloodiest fight, like where he opened it up with
It
elbows.
was good. It was awesome. No, I'm just kidding. Like, half the podcast I'm like talking out of my ass.
Talking shit.
Like, I really like that he's a dog,
Yeah.
dude. Like, he's representing Bihar and stuff.
And he also comes from like a small place.
Dude,
you know,
he
where
comes
there's
like, I
nothing.
like what he stood for,
Yeah.
man. Like, like, in India, Biharis are a little ridiculed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so he stands,
And he
he
goes
comes
in
with that
the-
Bihari,
yeah.
like that Daku, like, mask and all. I'm like, I like this guy, dude. Actually, it's just like, it was fucked up because he was fighting my friend and shit. Like, but deep down, I'm a fan, dude. Like,
Yeah. Anyone who comes from these small places and makes a mark, he has now become a celebrity in Bihar.
You
lot
better
of
be
people-
fucking, like, you better be, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a solid ambassador for, like,
Yeah.
he's like, he can be like how Bruce Lee for Chinese people. He could be like fucking for Biharis.
Yeah.
You need one character like to give everybody a.
And I think that aesthetic helps him translate as an MMA fighter in
Dude.
Bihar as well. People don't know much about sport.
Bro. So he's fighting again soon, right?
I think he's fighting on this upcoming card.
Yeah. Fighting who, dude?
I don't remember exactly.
Please make weight, bro. Like, keep it
incredible.
transparent. I don't know, dude. Can you talk something on about MFN recent?
Jobby unka
Yeah,
kuch problem
Alan
chal raha hai.
Fernandez, this and that.
So again, the case is again, as I say, under Under
Investigation.
investigation. So I don't have any facts or anything to back up. But whatever I've seen on the Instagram is, ki one side made a complaint and then the other side made a counter complaint. And basically, the Shroff side is ki he has made a lot of discrepancy in the accounting for the past 11 edition. And when there was an audit, there were like 58 lakhs or something missing. So they are accusing him of fraud, and he's saying that he was coerced into signing some documents and forced out with these allegations. So I don't know, man. What's the truth? there is.
But I don't know anyone, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the owners. I don't know the matchmaker.
Yeah. It is such a niche. You from an outside perspective, you can never tell who is in the wrong. I think only after investigation you'll get to figure out who did what.
I heard he ran away to the America or something.
Yeah, he has gone out maybe to just escape the police or something. I heard that too. And most of his people who were with the IMA team, they disbanded. They left the organization because they knew if they are associated with him, police will come knocking at their door as well. So. Yeah, man. Shitty situation overall.
That's kind of a step back to the momentum.
Yeah, exactly. Because they were on the...
If they're taking money from the fighters and this and that, like not giving the fighters what they're really earning.
Yeah. My only gripe with MFN is it is doing a fantastic job. It is building an ecosystem in India for pro fighters and giving them a platform. Just their contract structure is like too,
rigid.
like trapping fighters for 3 years. Where they cannot compete outside, cannot say yes to other opportunities like Road to UFC.
How did Anshul make it?
I think Anshul finished the contract of 5 fights in 3 years and then... and he got like a 5-0 record out of it. So he did it the perfect way, I guess.
Nice.
He waited for his opportunity at Road to UFC and
they
came
had
knocking
some
at the
fallout
correct
with
time.
Punyajit and all also, right?
Who? Anshul?
No. MFN.
MFN. I don't know about the details of that.
Yeah, that's what I heard, man.
But Punyajit was about to fight on his card, on the last card, and then he pulled out, I guess. Probably that's what they're talking about.
I don't know, man. I like Punyajit a lot. I feel after Anshul, he could have
He is one of the top contenders from India, top talent.
I feel like he should have got a shot at...
Bro, we talked a lot about this on our podcast as well, how undeserving those spots were and how ridiculous it made. Like, one of the Nepali Rabindra guy would have fought better than the guys that were
Rabindra would have fucking killed that dude, the other Korean dude, man. That guy was like,
what getting to UFC, man, that's like chance of your lifetime.
Hopefully, that's the goal for us. We get our shot. We'll be patient, but prepared when the time comes. Like
maybe try talking to the people in India. If UFC is interested in having a Nepali fighter in the future, why not UFC, man?
But I don't trust whom to talk to, you know.
Yeah, that's also true.
Are they really communicating, or they are just telling me that they have communicated? But motherfucker, the mail is still in the draft, like. So that's why I feel like I gotta do it myself, bro. I gotta go knocking some places and really.
You will have to.
So that's where I want this documentary to be used as a. Because no one has time to be fucking listen to my. Who am I? Like, there are thousands of people like us, dude. Exactly. Millions. So if there's a video that has gained some traction, and we're gonna just say, watch this video.
You can send it directly to UFC executive, man.
Watch this, bro. Like, if you like it, give us a shot. If you don't like it, okay, we'll go knock somewhere else. Like, it's okay, no hard and fast. Like,
and you have a lot of promotions like Brave, One FC, a lot of other promotions also who will be interested in a.
That's the goal, bro. And if anyone deserves it, is this guy, man. Hard worker, dude. Good human being overall. Not just a fighter, but a solid human. So, and tell us about your jiu-jitsu journey, man, and your current lifestyle as a jiu-jitsu coach and athlete.
So I started way back in 2017.
Yeah, where'd you start, man?
I started in Delhi. When did you start? Jiu-jitsu purely.
Yes, 2016.
That tournament, no? You said.
No, after that tournament. After that tournament. Yep.
The subcontinent. What was that?
In Carnival.
Combat
Carnival, yeah. After that.
Right. So
I started, but sorry, man.
Yeah, so I started in 2017.
Yeah.
And I started this place called BHA India.
Okay. Where was it?
In Delhi.
In Delhi.
In Delhi. It was in Malviya Nagar in Delhi, South Delhi.
Is that dude who teaches Krav Maga types too?
Yes, he teaches Jeet and Jeet Kondo, Kali, all that.
He's a black belt, right?
He's India's only homegrown black belt for now. So I was one of his students earlier.
He doesn't compete.
He doesn't compete. Most of their students don't come. I think none of their students compete. Anyways, so I was there for 1 year and I saw that there was no growth. Like Gracie combatives on repeat. That was the instructional. That was the instruction in all classes.
No sparring.
There was sparring, and I loved just that part of the class. But most of the time.
But before that, tell us about your magician, fucking bro. You're the magic po. So how you got your name, Magic Man? Like, let's start from there, bro.
Okay, let's go a little bit back. So I was in Kota after my 12th to prepare for IIT, which is the dream of
IIT Kharagpur.
which is the dream of not in North Indian boys but all of their family members. If you are going to engineering, just give. It's like how if you prepare for MMA, you have to go to UFC. So if you are doing engineering, you have to go to Kota and suffer there for 1 year, 2 year, whatever you're planning for, and that is like the hub of all the IIT coaching centers from where you get maximum results. Or that's how they have branded that whole city. So there are like 50,000-60,000 students throughout that city, and they have created such an ecosystem where nobody is working, or very few people are working, because most of them are just renting their houses and running restaurants, shops centered around the whole city education system. So I was there for a year, and initially when I went there, I was like, take I'll study, I'll try to see what I can do. And for the first 4 months, I was doing well. I was like within the top crop of the academy, which is a good indicator that you might have a chance, a shot. Not a best indicator, but a good indicator. So I fell sick after that for 2 months. And then when I came back, I see that this course has moved on so fast that I can't catch up now. And I also had lost like some kind of interest by then. So there is this famous cafe culture, cyber cafe culture, which was there. It was like 2014. So internet was not as easily accessible today also. People used to go to cyber cafes all the time. So there I enter one day and I see everyone playing Counter-Strike. I'm like, okay, I'm hooked. We play 8 hours straight, and they have food, everything, sandwiches to serve you inside, Coke, so you can play non-stop for 8 to 10 hours. They had the collection of all the movies in the world on their hard drive, all the top shows on their hard drive. So basically, if you go inside that, your career in Kota is over as a student. And
I think that's the best indicator.
Yeah. So a lot of people who thought that they couldn't make it, they just spend their time there, because you have to go out and not be at home. Otherwise, you'll get sick of just staying in your room for the entire year. So I go there, and there I discover this magic special of David Blaine called Street Magic. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Street Magic. So the idea was कि he was the first guy. Originally पहले magic में क्या होता था? People used to do illusions on the stage or magic on the stage, and the audience was here watching it, and the TV would just show the stage and everything what the magician was doing. His idea was that I'll take magic to the streets, to the people right in their face, and this branch of magic was called close-up magic, not the stage illusion kind of magic, where you were using a lot more sleight of hand, lot more subtlety, lot more misdirection, lot more psychological ploys, things like that. So it is a beautiful thing to watch when it happens, and the power of it was what he changed with that special key. The camera was not only just showing the magic, it was also capturing people's reaction. So you remember the YouTube whole subculture of reaction videos.
Yeah.
So basically he exploited that before TikTok and Instagram became so, and YouTube became so viral. So that made magic go super hit and at the time in that era. And then it came Chris Angels, Dynamo. I'm sure you must have heard
Dynamo
these
is that autistic kind of person.
Autistic kind of British guy. That's his persona, I guess. I don't think he's that autistic, but David Blaine also had a great persona, which I related to, like very cool, calm, composed.
I thought that Dynamo was like David Blaine on like crack type.
He's like the poor guy's David Blaine version.
This guy is like
budgeted David Blaine.
Like, David Blaine on heroin, like addict types, like David Blaine on meth
after
type,
rehab.
What the fuck happened to David? He's become Dynamo now.
The journey from David to Dynamo, the street name. So that hooked me, the tricks that I saw, and then I immediately bought a pack of cards and I started practicing tricks. I would go to my academy and get the students around the lunchtime to just see my tricks. I would fail miserably at most of them at that point of time, but what it helped me do was it helped me take off that performance pressure. Like, you know, when you're doing, first of all, any sort of public activity where you are the center of attention, and that is nerve-wracking in itself. Initially when I used to do it, my legs would shiver and shit like that, and you would stutter because you are not such good conversationalist. So all those skills I developed performing there, and then I planned ki after that I'll go back to Delhi. I told my parents ki nahi ho raha mere se IIT, I'll just do a graduation course in English, and I would do it from DU. But my whole goal was to place myself in Delhi so that I can do this professionally, because I made friends with some of the people.
Secret society
on Facebook at that point of time, and
I thought you were gonna say like letter and this
no,
fucking like
not Hogwarts kind of shit. So on Facebook I met these guys who were doing it professionally in Delhi. So I was like, I'll just go stick with them, see what happens. Let's see what happens. So I go there, I meet guys, then I see ki haan, iska bhi levels hota hai. People who perform are like much more refined, so you need to put in much more effort, much more work. You need to start with smaller gigs like birthday gigs, birthday parties. The most annoying gigs of all time, by the way. Like, kids are the worst people to show magic to, man. Most of those motherfuckers watch these tricks on YouTube and they are like, mujhe pata hai, even before I show them a trick. And you can't say shit back to them because their parents are paying you. So, and it's their birthday probably, so you can't just slap them. So that I graduated through that. Then I got into wedding gigs, and then wedding gigs were fun. Like the food there, man, in the best 5-star hotels you could eat. Whatever. It was the time of my life back then, and I gained a lot of weight performing and doing all of this. Like my health went out for a toss because I was going out for gigs at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. These late night.
You getting paid in food or you getting
both? I think a part of it was food, but I was getting paid also, and basically my lifestyle was not healthy at all. So then at one gig, so this is the interesting story. So at one gig, it was in some West Delhi area, which is not a great area. Some parts of it are sketchy. And right after the venue where the event was, I get out and I was like, okay, I need to book a cab. I couldn't book a cab for some reason on my phone, so I thought I can just walk and hail an auto. And when I walked, the streets and everything was deserted. There were no lights. It was all dark. And I still had that blazer on that I wore during performance, and I had cards in my hands, and I was walking. And then I meet these two guys who randomly probably were sitting on the pavement, and then they come to me, they snatch my card, they start saying, were you engaged in betting or shit like that. They tried to scare me. And I've in that moment felt ki, man, these guys are shorter than me, these two guys, but I'm not sure if I can fuck them up right now, because I don't know how to fight. And it made me feel very underconfident about myself. And then they started trying to call someone ki ha idhar aaja, ye. They were trying to basically rob me that point in time, mug me. So I realized the situation and I was like, okay, now I gotta run. I have to go back to the place, the venue, and then I'll see what I'll do. Hopefully they don't chase me, because I was fat as fuck at that point in time. So I started backing away, and they start coming towards me. When I keep going back a little bit to where the lights are, I feel a little bit relieved, and then I just pace myself back to the event. But that somehow left that impression in my mind that I have to find a martial art, something that I can learn. It's a good investment of time, and probably it will keep me hooked into fitness more than the gym, because I tried going to the gym and it's always the same pattern. Like you go 1 month, 2 months, then you get bored and then you'll quit, and that cycle repeats itself. So that's how I searched for. First I was searching for martial arts where you could choke out people, because that time I was watching Brock Lesnar from WWE going to UFC and submit some of the guys from arm triangle, toe hold, things like that. So I was like, I want to learn this. This seems very interesting, the grappling part of it. So I searched for like grappling classes near me, and I get these 2 recommendations. One was called Sambo, not the place. I was just looking for Sambo or Jiu-Jitsu. So first I was very interested in Sambo. I was like, acha, isme punch kicks bhi hai, so it's more fun. I'll have more tools. But the Sambo gym was in Gurgaon at that point in time. I was living in South Delhi, so it was a little bit far from me.
The Sambo gym was any good?
No, it was not. In hindsight, good that I did not join it, because now that I'm in Gurgaon, I know what a shit gym that is. They just claim Sambo and then they just teach karate and whatever comes with that bullshit. So then I find BJ India. At least they had jiu-jitsu classes. I go on the first day. I do a trap and roll. That was the first lesson. And I'm like, wow, this is impressive. Somebody sitting on me and just rolling them around, getting on top. Like, that felt very powerful. And that day I became hooked. And then I haven't quit since. So 2017 was that day. And now it's 2023, going on strong.
Nice, man. Nice. And how did you come? How did the Rebel? And after that, where did you move on?
So in
BJJ India. I'm sure that's
Yeah.
not where you fucking became a purple belt. Like.
yeah, exactly. So BJJ India, I started training at, as I said, 1 year I trained there. I felt like my progress, they were not first competition focused. I wanted to compete, and they also were not doing leg locks or something at that point of time. And I was like someone who would just go on YouTube, learn a new move, try to implement it. And the coach was like, no, don't do all that stuff. Do only what I'm teaching you, which was basically Gracie combatives every single day. So I got sick of it, and then I was like, let me see what other gyms are nearby. So I found Cross Train, which was in Safdarganj, like a little bit close. And I go there, and I'd never done Nogi till that point in my life. I was a gi guy because that's all we train in at BJ India. And I go to this Nogi session, and in that session I encounter Rajiv.
I'm hearing this for the first time as well.
And that guy chokes me like 6 times with the guillotine in that round. I went with my tripod and everything. I'll film my rounds. I'll see how next level I can take it. I'll review my mistakes. That day I get choked like 6 times in a round, and I was like, damn, these guys are doing something right. I like this Nogi where I can move like more freely. So I started training with them for like 2 or 3 months. I trained there. And then at same point of time, we also had like home mats. So I was staying with a flatmate, and we used to drill all these Ran Hall DVDs at night, just roll around on the days that I was. Because cross train at that point in time, I was doing 3 days of jiu-jitsu. So it was not even 6 days. So the rest of the days we would just train at home, try to drill whatever system we were doing at that point of time. And watching Ran Hall's videos early in my jiu-jitsu journey, like 3 months of 1 year or 1.5 years in my jiu-jitsu journey, helped me become a better thinker at it. So I would thank like Ran Hall a lot, because he uses such analysis while doing a move or like giving you out a bunch of moves, which you don't find, especially in that era pre-Danaher. You did not find it in a lot of instructionals. So that's what built my IQ at that point of time, and then I would be able to filter stuff better. Catch up. This is the thing that I should focus at, whereas I would not I would not waste the time on some random moves or some random channels. So my flatmate went to this place in Bangalore to meet his girlfriend, and he told me that he visited a gym called IJJ. And apparently they were a very cool gym, and they smoked pot. He said, all the things that you like, they do there. They train jiu-jitsu all day, every day, twice a day, and it's cool for you. You can go there and train. And by that time I had also heard a lot about the team through Instagram and shit, like the matches that I saw. So I was like, cool. And there was a event which was going to happen in Delhi. It was a SJJIF event, Jiu-Jitsu Federation of India. And they were doing it in Delhi, where IJJ's team was also coming. So I went for a 2-week camp there, along with Gagan, and I trained there, and I fell in love with the training there. The weather of Bangalore was fantastic, like just like Nepal, rains in the evening. The people were awesome. The coach, Rohit, shout out, one of the most technical coaches that I have trained under. And the jiu-jitsu was very high level, so I got beat up again for the entire stay, 15 days. I had my moments from the DVDs that I learned, and they also recognized, okay, this guy is not like complete trash, he's okay. And then I decided we'll compete now, and then we'll come back and resume again. So I would move to Bangalore. So I competed in that tournament. It was a gi tournament. I won gold in my first tournament. Haven't won that ever since then. But it was a good experience as a team to compete, and I saw how competition looks like, and I was like, I want to do this shit. So to commit myself fully, I had to move to Bangalore. I stayed there very close to a gym.
Where was it? It's still there?
It was first in Fraser Town. Now they've moved to Sadashiv Nagar, I guess, or close to that place. Now they're in a different location, but the earlier location was the OG location where a lot of the core group of people who trained together were. And it was fantastic 2 years of training with them, and I started coaching also during the same amount of time in the last phase of my stay there at a different gym in FCI, Fight Capital India. So that gave me a little bit
Bangalore.
In Bangalore, yeah. This guy called I don't know if you know him, Biswa. He used to train there. He's one of the good MMA fighters. So they had a bunch of good MMA guys. Through them, I met David because he was friend of a guy who was teaching there, and that's how my whole connection got made through cross train Bangalore. So basically, I trained there, cross trained with some of the other gyms also.
There's this Koi Academy or something.
Koi Combat Academy. Yeah, I've trained with their guys as well. They used to visit IJJ. And IJJ has that culture of welcoming everyone, so it doesn't matter from what gym fraternity you are, they're cool with everyone. So most of the people would come down to IJJ, train with us. I met Kanta there. Yeah, so it was a fun time at IJJ, 2.5 years. And then pandemic happened. So I was blue belt. I got my blue belt from Rohit. Within 3 months, there was ADCC in Delhi, which happened, ADCC 2019. And I got my ass kicked in that one, and then the world shut down and there was no training, and I was like, damn, I just got my ass kicked, I need to train again. I had to train a lot, but unfortunately we couldn't do anything. Bangalore was super strict, so we couldn't even train at the gym. It was impossible to, and it was hellish because I was not doing any job back then. I was not doing jiu-jitsu, and it felt like I'm just wasting my time. I'm sure a lot of people had the similar experience during that time. So I was looking for options to train in other places of India where people were still able to train, and I got connected with Ashwin because their team also competed at ADCC and they had a good showing. They were doing heel hooks, they were doing leg locks, and I was like, these guys are also studying Dana because I used to study Dana back then. IJJ also as a team used to study Dana, things that a lot of gyms don't do still in India, that is studying. So I knew I can connect to them on the same wavelength. They have good guys. So they also had me in one of their podcasts. Don't recall the name of it right now. But they had me on the podcast. I talked to them, seemed like a cool guy. They said, we have a bunch of guys, good guys training here. I packed my shit again. And right when the first lockdown ended, I went there. And then again, the second lockdown came soon, but we were still able to train in gym first. And then we moved out to this friend's home, which was like on the outskirts of Gurgaon, where we could just create a bubble and train together. So that happened. Do you want to hear the full story?
Yeah.
Keep going.
No, keep going.
Like every moment like captured. So that happened, and then we competed at Leverage, in which I had a good performance. I made to the finals. That was one of the most premier grappling tournament in India at that time. It was invite only. And then they moved to, because the lockdown was about to end, and Warriors Cove had to shut down its premises because the lockdown was too long and for it to survive. So they had to not pay the rent, and they had to vacate the place. So they were looking at a new space where we could all train and all the fighters could be redirected. And at that same time, Rajiv was building his own new place. So he invited us all, come and train here with us. The brand name can be yours, and they chose to go with the Combat Lab brand name. And we can all train here together, and whatever sharing partnership they had. So we started training there, and at the new gym, they did not have a new manager. So Rajiv and me were training at Warriors Cove also when I came there together. So we had a good connection, and he asked me if you want to take up this role. Or probably I asked him, I don't remember. Probably I volunteered. And yeah, since then I've been with Rebel, managing the gym. I handle all the nitty-gritty, payment and everything. And also, that time I was coaching the beginners classes. That was my second transition into working with Rebel. I was managing, and then I was also teaching the beginner class because there was nobody at that point time to teach. Ashwin used to take the advanced class, and I was taking the beginner class. And then the split happened, and Rajiv thought it would be best if I continue with the advanced classes. So I've been the head jiu-jitsu coach while he has been focusing on the striking part of the gym. So we are very proud of what we have built in like 1 year, because when the split happened and Rebel came into existence, we started from scratch. We had like 1 or 2 students left behind, and now we are in a very healthy position, and also like probably a top rated gym in Gurgaon right now.
Damn. I follow your shit all the time, dude.
Yeah, man. We talk constantly, and
This guy, like, I watch his videos and like learn, bro. Cause my actual coach, they're in Thailand, right? Like, even they don't post. They're like old school style, like they don't post stuff as much. But I need to keep learning. I watch videos, but at the same time, I'm like, there's so much content online that what should I watch? Like, you need someone to tell you, like, yo, you should be watching this. So I feel like his stuff, like, fucker goes out of his way. Okay, like, I don't know where he gets the fucking time, dude.
Man, I every single class after rolling in the morning, I'm sitting down for 1.5 hours when I'm eating my breakfast and I'm making those reels, because I feel it's important for people to. There was this guy called Carl in New York Jiu-Jitsu scene who used to do the same thing, and I was really very fascinated as a white belt when I used to watch those videos, where he would just break down what is happening in the rolls with text overlay, and sometimes he would also do mic over talking about it. And I used to really find that interesting because it helped me understand what was happening in the position, what should be the vision.
You're getting better too, not just.
I'm also analyzing it, yeah.
You're super analyzing it. You're taking 1.5 hours. That's super commitment, dude. And this guy, if he's putting that much commitment, I'm sure people are gonna get infectious stuff. And me also, I watch his videos. Whatever he puts up.
We talk about techniques all the time.
Read. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Like. And okay, this guy, okay, I'll try that.
Is there something which does not make sense, which you're like, nahi, ye to kaam karega hi nahi?
So far, no, bro. Achha. So far, in a jiu-jitsu aspect, like in a pure, I don't look at it, I understand it's a pure jiu-jitsu.
Right.
I'm not looking at it from MMA point of view.
Very recently, I've started making it a little bit more friendlier towards MMA also, because I realized a lot of MMA fighters in India, when they grapple, their grappling is definitely not the level it should be if you're fighting pro, or even if you're like trying to be a decent amateur. So it helps our own fighters also, because they see the same things that we have been working in the class, and when they see it working when I'm doing it on someone, it just reinforces the same things in their mind. So it like doubles up their things that they were taught in class. So that's why I like it more. And if other people benefit from it, I'm much more glad to share it.
And like especially I watch a video, I subconsciously I'll be using that in class in sparring. Like I'll teach whatever, right? Then in like free rolls, I'll be that guy was talking about this. Okay, now this guy won't see it. Oh, there it goes, like that. Then I'll be like, okay, then I got more interested into your content, and it's top I would say top fucking 5 jiu-jitsu pages I use is like.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
There's like thousands, bro.
There are millions of pages, man. Like if you go into that jiu-jitsu spiral hole, and most of them are trash. So that's why I want to create a filtered thing where you can watch things that really work.
I'm sure there are like people like me who tell that to you. No?
Yeah, I get those messages, and I try to post it also to kind of flaunt also low-key clout.
Subtle bragging type.
Yeah, low-key clout.
Humble brags.
Humble brag. The humble lion, bro. You know this guy, Tom DeBlas.
Yeah. And Gordon's first coach.
Yeah, first coach. He's a very polarizing figure in the community himself. He brags about himself a lot, basically, not in a self-aware way. Anyways,
bro, some fucking jiu-jitsu people, like they say, if you become jiu-jitsu, you'll be like a good person. That's bullshit.
That's
man.
bullshit.
If you do jiu-jitsu, it just magnifies who you truly are. Like, if you're a nice guy, you'll be a nicer guy. If you're a fucking prick, I gotta take this from hospital.
Take it, man.
I've seen decent amount of people like. Dicks, dude. Just not that I might be one of them too. Like I'm not saying I'm fucking some Sai Baba or some shit like that, but
it definitely amplifies the worst trait. If you are that kind of person, it will do that. But it can also calm down people in certain aspects. Like I also believe in the positive power of it. You had a story, na, कि अभी तेरे साथ कुछ accident ऐसा which you shared last time.
Yeah, I mean, for me, when I started jiu-jitsu, like I come from a past where my mind was just overthink. And jiu-jitsu, what I realized is, those 5-minute rolls when you're kind of trying to save your ankles and your neck, you're kind of aware there. And
you have to be present there.
Yeah.
Bro. You can't be thinking
you have no choice.
You can't be thinking of your chicks back home. Like, you gotta be there.
Can you hear the music in the background when you roll? Especially in an intense roll?
No.
Do you remember? No, right?
Oh, yeah.
I
It's
never
nice.
noticed that.
No, if it's a light free roll, I'm
Yes,
enjoying.
then
I'm
you can
going trying to
enjoy.
go with the music.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a
You're stunting on beginners.
yeah, like low light music. I know when the drop comes and as I'm trying to like hit the beat, you know. And it's like dang. By the time I'm like sweeping them, like dang, I'm on top. But if it's against some like good jiu-jitsu player, it's
You have to be
You're
like
in
super
there.
present.
in there, yeah.
So yeah, what I realized is I realized it when it happened. So I've had many accidents, but this time I had a brutal accident, and the public kind of knew the auto guy was in fault. And you know how public is, they want to fight.
They want to beat people up.
They're angry.
Yeah.
The auto guy is afraid. You know, they don't care about. Nobody cares about me except this one dude. I didn't tell you this, but one dude comes there and he says, "Hey, for the past 5 years I've been working here." He was a garbage man, and I've seen an accident every single day. He also saw few people die, so he bought medicines, and he actually came to me and said he knew what to do, and that was
It was a normal thing for him where he would carry like the first aid box,
Yeah.
safety kit with him.
So technically I had someone to take care of me, but when these guys were about to kill that guy and that guy was, I was somehow, everything was in slow-mo, and somehow I was able to, make the realization that what's happened has happened. This guy technically didn't know what this was going to happen, and nothing needs to, progress anymore. And for example, anger wasn't really there. It was more of awareness that this is what happened,
Dude,
And-
I was thinking he's gonna say I'm through a flying triangle or something like that, dude. Like,
No, he just. Did you ask the public to stop?
Yeah, so I was like, just go, leave. Then I get on my scooter, I leave. And I'm thinking to myself, why was I so calm? And then later I realized that 20 minutes every day of this rolling has kind of made me think my emotions faster, or at least complete my thoughts faster.
That's so true. I've been a victim. I mean, not victim. What do you call it? I've been helped with that same positive touch of jiu-jitsu. It's helped me calm down a lot.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, I feel that jiu-jitsu is also like the best thing that a billionaire can do. And you can see the examples, like Zuckerberg is now training jiu-jitsu. And he's super deep into it. Today there was a video of him training with Mike Musumeci.
Dude.
And so that guy is into the deep level. He also competed recently.
He can literally call anyone.
Get a take
PT,
a private.
like,
Yeah.
dude, and make them live with him, dude. Like, follow
How
him.
long before he goes to Dana?
Dude, I don't know, dude. I don't think he's gonna, dude.
But that's the thing about jiu-jitsu, right? It's very addictive. It pulls you in.
I don't
it
think
keeps
he's
you
gonna
there.
go to Dana.
Why do you think so? Not his kind of vibe, probably.
Yeah, he's more Hawaiian vibe. He has like, you know what I'm saying. There are a bunch of other like he might go to BJ Penn before he goes to Dana, dude. Like,
Yeah. Interesting, man. Yeah. So jiu-jitsu has
no,
that power.
Dana is not everyone's cup of tea, bro.
He's not. But just like the feeling of being coached by Dana, I think that is something of a novelty now. He's become so of a big figure.
Dude,
in the-
he's an awesome coach. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love his stuff, but there's like patterns in everything, like in fashion and even sport. There's a pattern.
Yeah.
Now, Dana point 2 is like reading all. Like, hopefully Gordon will be that, but I mean, someone who doesn't care about their personality and stuff like Dana doesn't, right? There's someone maybe
Dana
could
does
be-
care about
could-
his personality,
He
bro. It's
does,
just
he
really the
does,
perceived
he
personality.
He does. But he's not wasting time trying to fight. All he's doing like studying more, right?
Just jiu-jitsu nerd at its
Yeah. So there is, you know what I'm saying? There'll be soon now with all the social media and videos. Like when Dana was coming up, he didn't have like
the
this-
access like this to
like
information.
access, bro. He had to go to a library and shit. Like,
He had to go to a Marcelo Garcia
you know what I'm
class.
saying? Yeah, exactly. Then now Dana, like you yourself are like could be, dude. You never know, man. And so there is a good rivalry of jiu-jitsu gyms in India, you'd say.
Like rivalry when you say competition wise, or just like political shit which happens?
Competition wise first, yeah.
Competition wise, I think what we have done in the last year, we have started a actual jiu-jitsu competition scene in India through Strangle. That is something that has been done by the Rebel team. Me, Rajiv, Madhu, Sanjay, we all like sat down, decided ki our country does not have a good competition scene. In jiu-jitsu, there's one tournament which happens at a random point of time, probably an ADCC India thing, and nobody knows when to start preparing for it. Nobody knows. It's like announced very erratically. So all those things were happening during that point of time, and we said ki let's give people a platform to compete in where they are treated well also, because we saw the pitfalls of other competitions and the scene. Like at one of the competitions, Rajiv tells us the story all the time. His slippers got stolen, so then he had to walk back like 4 to 6 kilometers barefoot. So those kind of things happen in shady
These stories
Indian
are endless,
tournaments.
man.
Shady Indian tournaments, and we wanted to just create like a safe and hygienic place for people to compete where they are getting treated well. So first triangle we hosted in Delhi, then we went around the country with the goal ki it attracts the local crowd and just fosters like more people into jiu-jitsu as well.
And get the name out of Strangle too.
Yeah, and promote Strangle as well in different parts of the country. So after that we went to Kolkata, then we visited Bangalore. Then we went back to, I think I'm missing one. Then we went to Goa, and then we finally went to Guwahati. So, center on the right.
But your local rivals don't come to that competition.
They don't. And again, it is a common thing in a lot of tour organization where if I'm competing here, my fighters won't compete there, and vice versa.
In NWC too.
Yeah.
Like similar thing. Like.
Yeah, man. And
I
it's
knew they
unfortunate,
won't
man.
come, like, so I was like, okay, fuck it, whatever.
I personally feel this is unfortunate because there's so many talented fighters in those other promotions where due to the rivalry between these heads of the gyms, let's say, or the people who are in the power in the gym, the fighters suffer. So like in this case, there are a lot of fighters in your rival gym who did not want to compete in NWC, who are very talented, but they did not get to showcase that talent at such a good opportunity, you know. And even in India, that happens all the time.
I mean, for me, it was more like I tried to offer all the olive branches I could, man. You know what I'm saying? For maybe a good part of a year. And but at the same time doing my own thing, and my whole thing was, Nepal, there's nothing here, let's grow together. But then business and brand name images like this and coming up, and the gym started like banning me from training with their athletes, and so I was like, what, dude? I'm like, here, I'm not trying to snake your athlete away with me, dude. Number one, right? That's not like, I'm just trying to fucking spar, dude. What do you want me to say? Like,
yeah.
And then just banned me, and you know, so I was like, fuck it. After that, there's nothing to talk about after that.
I'm also banned from a few gyms in the country now. I tried to go train at this gym after the boys' clothes split, because literally I had no training partners for a while. It was Rajiv, it was Sanjay, but they were so lower in weight class than me that it was difficult for me to get good hard rounds with people my size. So I tried to approach this place, and again, I'll not name names, but one of the guys who is my acquaintance, competitor, friend, I would like to think, he says, yeah, come train with us. And then on the last day, or on the day of me visiting, he says, bro, coach thinks that this is not a good idea, so please avoid visiting. I was like, okay. So these are the kind of things that is very sad to see, man, because unless you cross-train together, it's difficult to grow as a community, you know, and you have to come together, share your talent, share your knowledge, see what people are doing well and try to implement those things. That's the way to take a sport like MMA at a fast rate. We will grow otherwise, but it will just happen at a very slow rate. Like, it will take us 10 years to, you know, put a really impactful performance on UFC or global stages.
It's a slow, tedious process, man. Like, it's gonna take another like 20 years, dude. And I'm not scared of the hard work or
because this is a life, man. Like, this is what we're doing now.
I'm not expecting like suddenly like fucking like, it's gonna take 10, 15, 20 years, and it's okay by me, dude. Do some TRT next fucking 5-6 years, dude. Like, keep going, dude. Keep till the wheels fall off, man. Like, start playing more guard shit after that a little bit. Like,
half guard player.
Half guard player, dude.
So switch back to gi because
dude, there's this one guy. It's so funny. He said that there's this one guy. He's almost 48 or something year old Nepali guy. He suddenly came to our gym last month, and he has a nice rash guard on, but it's a little worn off. And I'm like, okay, this guy must have used this. So, but obviously, I'm not gonna go full out first role, right? And he didn't say like he had trained. Yeah, I asked him, have you trained jiu-jitsu? He's like, yeah, a little bit, but I know he's fucking lying, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Whenever people say little bit or yeah, just a bit here and there,
You see
they're
the
just
yes,
fucking
it's a
lying.
simple question.
Yes or no? I just tell the time. Yeah, just for 2 years, man.
A little bit.
A little bit.
What the fuck is a little bit, dude? Like, the next thing I know, suddenly he has a good half game. He's like deep half sweeping me and shit. I'm like, oh, fucker. Like, okay, now uncle, like, I gotta go hard on you now a little bit.
I gotta take it to the next notch.
But he was good, man. Like, he had trained for, I think, 4 or 5 years in America. And he's here for a short holiday.
Dude,
Nepali dude.
deep half guys are super annoying, man. Like, that's the worst guard that you can encounter. You just feel like annoyed. Why is this guy grabbing my entire leg and trying to roll underneath it? Like, any other sport, it doesn't make sense. Any other But you know what's funny? Because Fabricio Verdum has swept people from deep half in the UFC.
Yeah.
So, you know, anything can work, guys.
I think even Gunnar Nelson, I think last time I saw
Yeah, probably used it once.
Dude, fucking hell. I know all the sequences and every fucking MMA sequence, like what happened, when it happened and shit. Dude, man. Anyway, how's your sorry?
Too committed to life.
Dude, man. In no other way, dude. You can't half-ass MMA, bro.
You can't.
Especially
it's too dangerous.
You guys are giving you the trust of leading them into a battle, preparing them. And if they're giving 100%, it's our job to give like 1000%, not just 1000, bro. Like, I can't fuck around, dude. And with this recent Mandeep's episode, I haven't been able to like process it yet. Like, for me, it's a new experience also because, like a young coach, I just started coaching a couple of years back. So this experience of being on the nail end of it, something you gotta suffer together.
Yeah, I can relate a lot to you because even I've been in the coaching job for past couple of years, really like focused in on it. And we are also like similar age, so we kind of connect on the same topics. Juggling both things, like seeing people perform and then the result of the outcome of the fight and then dealing with that kind of stress, it's a new thing. So
and we want to compete too when you're on the apt moment, right?
Yes,
so again, that's a whole different thing. If you're an athlete, you gotta be all about yourself now. Whereas fucking there's a whole gym banking on you to show them a move. Like, you can't be about yourself. You have to.
So the way I get around that problem at my gym is that if I want to work on, let's say, half guard, I'll start teaching them everything from the half guard top. I'll teach them everything from the half guard bottom, so that when I play the top position, they already know intelligent responses. So that I do not have to teach a completely random thing which wouldn't benefit neither me. It will benefit them obviously, but it will be also unhelpful a little bit from my own competitive thing. And most of the positions that I do in the gym are the things which are like tried and tested by the top guys in the competition. So it's not like they're learning a random stuff just because I want to get good in Go-Go Plata, let's say. So yeah, that's how I get around this problem.
I see. No, I like how you attack the problems and topics and concepts and everything. Not just jiu-jitsu, but little scrimmage wrestling stuff and
that's something,
the basic idea of basing up and stuff. I watched this stuff too through different channels, and when you reiterate it, like
it just reinforces.
I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, so I'm like, yeah, post up here like this, that, turn this way, get that fucking hook in.
Yeah. Like, I thought maybe you were just working it in a personal game, because you would ask me sometimes about certain things that I posted. But to see like your fighters try to do that, I was like, damn, man, I should have waited a little bit till our fighters. I should have waited to put that out.
This guy thought like I was fucking around or what, dude. I was like, okay.
He was teaching it everything, bro. This is the new meta, new shit. Let's get.
And Karma is like fucking using that scrimmage shit. Like,
I was surprised. I was caught off guard in that moment. I was like, once he takes him down, it's the easy peasy. Like, then we are winning the fight. Even when Akash took his opponent down, I was like, yeah, it's over. But then I see this motherfucker posting, hip heisting. Like, damn.
Even that Kunjan part was my favorite part, where he just got up like like technically.
He almost reversed him.
Yeah.
He did that over back grip and then he posted on a hand and then he just tried to hip bump sweep him kind of.
Kunjan is strong guy too,
Yeah.
man. Like I can see Sahil is a strong dude, but like I feel Kunjan is a little more strong. When I feel like I can see just out of first as a
Sahil
coach,
is
right?
super strong, man.
Dude, Kunjan's got this grip, dude. I train with Kunjan every day, right? He's my hardest role, bro. Like he's my best, like beside Rabindra. Kunjan he has the size, but I have the little technique. But his size like equalizes. So every time Kunjan and we roll, dude, it's like we're going hard, dude. We're going fucking hard, and this guy doesn't hold back. He'll be there. Cardio for days, bro, days. If Sahil would not have got him in the guillotine, I'm telling you, it would have been like a 3-round. Like Kunjan would get stronger in the 3rd round. And I was like, game plan was let's keep it 3 rounds. Let's fight the 3 round. He's saying he'll come first hard round. Let's fuck him go. You be the first one to get, but just that guillotine with that power grip. Oof, what a killer.
The same thing with Nate Diaz slept a guy with in the street.
Yeah, dude.
The same exact thing. John Jones,
that was crazy. That's a crazy. Lately, I've been working that too. I've been working that grip, dude. Like it was
high wrist.
And Kunjan has ate that couple of times in training, but like you said, in gloves is much better.
And against the cage, it's more difficult. If it was like in open space, you have chances where you can just roll or try to do something. But when you're pinned against the cage with the body weight and somebody is cranking that high wrist higher, it's difficult.
I would love to see these guys fight in a pro or something again, dude. After like maybe 5 years.
After a few matches,
A few matches. Kunjan, I would want Kunjan to fight another 4 years in.
Before coming pro?
Yeah.
What do you think is the ideal time that people should fight before becoming pro?
Like in this, I can only speak for Nepalese context right now. I want Nepalese guys to get as many amateurs as possible, regardless of their age.
So what's the number for you? Like how many fights?
Ideally 20.
20.
20 amateur in this level. We're not like Eastern European countries where it's all about amateur, right?
Yeah.
We have to be realistic of what's our current time. Like, I would say 20 would be apt.
20 is...
Yeah, 20 would be apt. Minimum. 20 is enough to know amateur fights, to know if you really want to be pro. Because once it's gonna pro, you're gonna damage it too much, man.
That's true. Rahul Thapa, we used to tell him a lot when we were training with him together. Now he's a fantastic pro fighter. He's won 2 fights.
He's got a lot of amateur fights, right?
He has over
50.
40 or 50.
Yeah.
I think he has over 40. He was gunning for 50, but I think they convinced him to turn pro earlier. And he would just go into these MMA national tournaments, destroy everyone in the way, multiple national tournaments. And yeah, he was an absolute killer in the amateur circuit. So I think that gave him a lot of experience. His grappling was on point due to just competing there so much.
Of course. Mandeep doesn't have an amateur MMA record, man.
Yeah.
So that backfires sometimes. So this is 3rd. So in his 2nd, he fought this other wrestler guy. Anyway, dude, like amateur, but I would say minimum, bro, 20.
20 is a safe side.
Minimum. Anything faster than either you gotta be fucking John Jones or just shut the fuck up.
Or Khabib.
Come on, Khabib had like numerous Sambo fights, dude. That's where headbutts are allowed. Like MMA is a step down, dude. Like from Sambo, I feel.
I've seen soccer kick are allowed, no?
Bro, I've seen Khabib drop like headbutts from guard, man. Fucker, dude. Like imagine if that was allowed in UFC, bro. Like
matches would be looking very different.
Imagine that, man. Sambo, combat Sambo ma chai, Russia ma chai, mad jam. Collar pakdera just smashing it like that. I was like, what the?
Holy fuck.
This guy comes from that rule set, and MMA, these unified rules are like
much more
civil, dude.
Civil. Even one championship allows soccer kicks.
Yeah, stomps
which
too,
is brutal, man. I don't think stomps, but soccer kicks are like free game.
I'd rather someone stomp me than soccer kick me, dude.
Are you sure though? Because stomp comes with a bad, like on body stomp, it can break your fucking ribcage. I feel it comes with so much gravity.
Bro, kick my fucking ribcage all day. Don't soccer kick my head, dude. Like, imagine, bro, how much force soccer kick.
It's like a football veteran move.
Imagine you're like stunned, like flash knockout, and someone soccer kicks you like that, dude.
I'd prefer UFC rule set any day, man, over all these random.
That's more safer, I feel, for the athletes.
Yes.
Like, fuck the fans. Sometimes they don't know, bro. Fucking, they feel like entitled, like this, that, like elbow to the back of the head and shit should be legal. Like, what the fuck? Someone's gonna die, dude. Like,
yeah, they're not just fighting to just give up their life, you know.
Yeah, dude. Like elbow to the back of the head. Can we imagine blunt force? Like,
Yeah.
taking the back and forget about rear naked choke. Just elbow back of the head, dude.
And the level of refereeing that we have all around the world, somebody's going to die on the first day. That rule is imposed. Like, it's annoying.
Bro, man. Bro, I gotta call it, man. I gotta head
Yeah.
to some spots.
It's been great, man. It's been great being here. Again, guys, shout out to Guff Guff Pass for getting us here. A big fan of the podcast. Although I don't understand a lot of Nepali shit that they talk about, but I see how consistent they have been. And
Consistency is the key, dude.
yes.
Consistency.
That's what I
is the
tell him
key.
every day to keep him motivated for the podcast. I'm like, one day we'll become the Joe Rogan of India. One day.
Consistency. You
Coming
know, you
from
guys look like a solid duo. You know, I'm sure with proper like communication and consistency, fucking hell, you can like in India, bro. It's volume, bro. You guys have the power.
Yeah,
Of
we
the
have the
volume.
numbers, man. We have the numbers. So that's what we are. So do you guys put out your clips as well, like on Instagram?
On Spotify, you know.
On Instagram, like do you drop?
Clips, No. That part
Yeah.
I remember you told me you should
Yeah.
start doing this, but our approach is like you're gonna be a little hard to get types.
Acha.
There's a couple of
More exclusive.
exclusive. If you wanna watch it, fucking just watch it on YouTube, right? When a clip and stuff, we used to do that previously, but what we felt was like we look a little. I'm not trying to say anybody is, but we looked a little bit too much looking for attention types, like in our head.
Okay.
I see.
So people do clip us up and it goes around Nepali
goes,
TikTok, but
right.
we ourselves don't. So not saying there aren't clips. There are a bunch of fucking clips like around town, but it's not.
What goes viral in Nepali TikTok? What do you talk?
I don't know. I don't use TikTok, bro. So.
You just hear about it.
Yeah, people send me links, right?
Acha.
People send me links, so even if you don't have TikTok account, you can see that
Acha, you can
video.
see it.
Particularly.
In India, TikTok is banned, so unfortunately, I can't see a viral.
Yeah, so
TikTok.
most of the time it's like my mom or my friend like saying, "Yo, what the fuck?" And there's like almost 1 million views and shit. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Time to create a TikTok account, bro. That's what it says.
It's like me talking about colonoscopy and shit. Like,
All the
not
random
even
shit.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, now I know how you have so much information. You have done like 130 or 125 in Ajka.
Yeah.
125 podcasts, so that's why you can talk about any kind of shit on the planet.
I think people fuck with us, our vibe a little bit, because like, the rest of the podcasters in Nepal are all like, fucking, what are you trying to do?
Oh, so you're getting hate in podcasting community as well. Like people are talking about you.
No, we're talking about them, dude.
It's the best promotional strategy, man. I'm going to go start calling about some podcasts in India. There are some cheesy ones.
Yeah, that's the plan, dude. Like, a little bit, we're gonna play like reverse marketing type. Yeah.
Always shoot. What do they say? Punch up.
A weight class,
Yeah.
So, dude, seriously, trust me, bro. We've swung from my hips, man. In our early days,
Yeah.
calling names, dropping names, fucking, we didn't give a fuck, cause at that time world was about to end, dude. Pandemic, right? Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna take the name. Politicians, fucking gyms,
Holy shit.
fucking CEOs, pedophiles, models, actors, and like suddenly in pandemic people are staying home, nothing to do.
They are
It's
watching
like
these things.
3-4 of us had created a bubble in my room. Pandemic time. Stay there, dude. This podcast, other podcast time.
Was it this room or
No,
different?
at different place. And after that, yeah. By the time pandemic broke and we came out and stuff.
Then you realize, oh shit, the world is not ending
Yeah.
now.
Oh shit! Like,
Did we talk it too much?
we're talking shit about this lady, and this one time, me and Tej were eating dinner, and that lady is sitting right beside us with her boyfriend or somebody. And that lady has seen us talk shit because she had commented on that clip,
Did
right?
she recognize you?
Dude, we was the most awkwardest fucking dinner of all time, dude. Like, fucking hell.
Something happens, no? If you talk shit and then the person is in the same room, you'll be like, okay, now.
The most funniest part was, so there are a couple of, right now, in numbers, there's a couple of podcasters, I don't want to take their name and shit, but I'm talking shit about them because of like various reasons. Not that I was like bitter about them, but it's just the way they were conducting their stuff and all. I was like, what the fuck? You can do much better. Types was what it was.
Constructive criticism.
But my words weren't
were not constructive sounding.
My words were like destructive, dude. And then I'm like talking shit, and this the very next day, you know. No, the next week or something, some other podcast invited us, this guy, me and Tej, and 4 of us for a mix one, like another hour level types at that time. So we did a joint podcast, and I went like off on that too, like. And the very next day, I was at the gym, no, at the supermarket, dude. Fuck the gym, dude. Gym is now at the supermarket, and we run into each other, dude. And my mom and I were buying stuff. I'm like pushing the trolley, right? And that dude was right in front. And we go like, and I don't know how to react because I was like dropping shit on him.
Does he know martial arts? Then you're cool.
No, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna fucking start shit like that.
No, if he started some shit, you're gonna handle it though.
He's not gonna start shit. Yeah. And then he was a mic announcer in one of my Muay Thai fights.
Okay.
So I'm probably giving the name out anyway now. So like he's an announcer. He knows I can throw elbows and shit. So he's not gonna start shit. But it could be a bit, I don't know, my mom is there and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do. I said like, yo, dude, like, you know,
it's all cool in the town, man.
He also like, yo, brother. Then we shake hand, right? And we
squeeze
a little bit like that. Bang, and he pulls me forward like that. And we go ear to ear, like shoulder to shoulder, mouth to ear, and he goes like, I saw that last time. I'm like, cool, damn, son, like small world. And I didn't know how to react. I said like, you know, it's all like in jokes, you know. Like I didn't mean to offend, but
that Joe Rogan line excuse where he's like, I'm a moron. I just talk wild shit.
So yeah, that was the funniest part. But now we're cool because now he comes to the pump, that gym, or we trained at earlier. And we are like cardio partners on the treadmill every day, like 2 hours talking shit. And yeah, but I still feel like he hates me, dude. Like, but he's just a nice guy, you know.
Yeah,
like.
I'm taking that tip of just starting to talk some shit. I'll take it to the next level.
Because
we haven't.
We understood, right? When we started, I'm just giving you like experience of podcast, since you guys just wanna do your thing, and you can grow faster, harder and faster because of the numbers you guys have, and obviously right now MMA and stuff. And I feel like you can talk not just MMA, bro. You can talk about just shit.
That's the plan, man. 70% jiu-jitsu, 30% everything. So we'll try it out.
Me personally, for you knowing the person that you are, you're really like insightful person. Like, don't keep it to fucking jiu-jitsu.
That's true.
Keep it 30% jiu-jitsu.
It's tough not to just foray into MMA and jiu-jitsu, but yeah, I'll definitely keep that.
I would like try the number like 30 jiu-jitsu, not just jiu-jitsu. Keep 30 MMA.
MMA.
So MMA is what's blowing right now. It's not jiu-jitsu, to be honest.
And that's something that we do as well.
Yeah. You are very much into it. Like jiu-jitsu, no one gives a fuck. Honestly, me, I can't watch a fucking time limit match, bro. Like what the fuck?
Even jiu-jitsu people can't watch that.
Yeah, you're taking me back to Test cricket, motherfucker. Now where I want 2020 like happening. Like it's not fair, no, for people also. So I mean, talk about shit, man. You got a bunch of shit happening, like. You're funny. You guys are funny as fuck too, and I can feel like, and really like you throw like puns and all stuff like you just did earlier on that gym name and shit. So you know what I'm saying?
You got that nice.
I'm a stupid dog. Like, come on, man. And so yeah, try that, and I wish you all the best with the Magic Pod and shit. I hope to be on it someday, man, and bring some
anytime you are there in the city, you have to come.
We'll take care of you.
No, I want to come to Gurgaon specifically and to train with you guys.
Yeah, please.
Make a week or something.
Get some of your guys as well. Yeah. We'll have a good training session in MMA.
Yeah, but I would like, can we like hire a place to stay for a week?
Yeah, we can do that. There are a lot of places in Gurgaon.
Like apartment. Nice
just tell us when you're coming and we'll find. There are a lot of Airbnbs also that you can get.
Perfect, awesome. Alright, gentlemen, we'll have to cut it, man, right now. Sorry.
Thank you, man. Thank you once again.
Thank you
to all the viewers.
Thank you so much, man. I was joking with him a lot this week, man. Yeah, awesome guy, dude. I really like you, dude.
Same here,
Alright,
brother.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Good shot. कितना टाइम हुआ? 2 घंटे 2.5 घंटे 2.5 मिनट